The Waynoka Railroaders make the 40-mile drive down Highway 45 to take on the number 1 ranked Timberlake Tigers in a big Class C quarterfinal matchup on the Squirtle High School Football Game of the Week, presented by High Plains Insurance. Good evening, everybody. I'm Tom Nelson. Adam Dieselhorst on the call with me tonight. And Timberlake has rolled through their season with 10 straight wins, averaging 60 points a game. But they have not played since their regular season finale at Blue Jacket on November 5th. That is 3 weeks between games. While the Tigers were sitting on the sidelines with 2 byes, Waynoka was beating Paoli and Maysville handily to get here. After losing a great class of seniors who made it all the way to the state title game before falling to Pond Creek Hunter last year, the Railroaders have put themselves in position to play in December once again. But the class favorite stands in the way tonight. In some ways, it's got to be tough to watch everybody else play, but this Timberlake team is more than fresh, and they take on a Waynoka squad that is battle-tested. But Waynoka missing a key player after sophomore Jace Dunn suffered an injury last week. He broke his collarbone. You know, kids want to play, but if the Tigers can shake off some rust, they should definitely be fresh tonight. Adam, you take a look at this matchup. Number 1 team in the state, Timberlake, sitting on the sidelines. It's been 3 weeks since they've played a game. They've been watching the playoffs go on all around them, and they have been practicing and beating on each other, I guess.
Yeah, we've seen them a couple times this year, Tom. Resilient team, great athletes, obviously well coached, but I'm excited about watching this game. Haven't been able to see Waynoka, but we've seen their success over the last couple of years, so can't wait to see the matchup.
It's the Railroaders and the Tigers from Trout Field at brand new Brian Severin Stadium in Helena with a trip to the Class C semifinals in the line. Timberlake and Waynoka tonight on the Squirtle High School Football Game of the Week, presented by High Plains Insurance.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business, and remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
You want commitment from your bank, you want excellent service, and you want loyalty. Bank Central National Association strives every day to give you the banking experience you really want and enjoy. Their friendly staff is here to serve you and provide you with the best service around. Call them today at 580-234-3316 or visit them in Enid, Alva, Woodward, Anthony, Kansas, or Harper, Kansas. Thank you for choosing Bank Central National Association. Member FDIC.
You can ask any coach in Oklahoma, there's nothing better than Thanksgiving high school football. It is Black Friday. The Timberlake Tigers, the home team, in the All Blacks tonight with the silver helmets. And the Waynoka Railroaders, the road whites with the maroon helmets, going from left to right. Waynoka will kick it off as Timberlake will get first crack at it here in Helena tonight. 38 degrees, beautiful night for high school football, a bit nippy. It's a nice night for us old guys to be in the press box. Back deep for Timberlake is Merrick Judd. He'll stand at his 15-yard line, and kicking it away for the Railroaders is Tegan Allison. Teed up at the 40-yard line. Here comes your high school football quarterfinals in Class C, and it's going to be a squib kick. And taken by an up man, immediately popped. Dylan Schloop came up with it, hung on to it, and Timberlake will have good starting field position. They'll start this drive at the 42-yard line, first down and 10.
You see a lot of those kind of directional kicks, and that was actually pretty well executed. And people don't really appreciate that was a heck of a catch by Schloop there, and he kind of got hit hard. So he's kind of a do-it-all player.
Ethan Genlink is the quarterback. He's completed 66% of his passes for 1,300-plus yards, 24 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. And on first down to J.J. Pippin around the near side. Pippin popped out of bounds, but a nice gain across midfield and a penalty flag. Looks like it could be holding on the first offensive play of the ball game, which will take care of a very nice first down run. Let's see where they mark it off from. The line of scrimmage was the 42. They'll say it happened a few yards downfield. They'll mark it off from the 50, which will bring up first down and 12.
And Pippin's a guy that if Timberlake gets going, they just make him so tough to stop on the offensive side of the ball.
So they get the down over a couple yards back. That I formation, tight formation for the Timberlake Tigers. We'll get the offense set for you here in just a second. And on first down, J.J. Pippen again slips out of a tackle and gets to the 44-yard line, a gain of 4. Will bring up second down and 8. The skills for Timberlake, the quarterback is Ethan Genlink. He's 5'8", 150, a junior. J.J. Pippen, a junior, 5'11", 165. The fullback is Carter Sands, 5'10", 170, a sophomore. And that offensive line, the center is Colton Lormond, Cade Severin, and Jacob Diller are the guards. Pass is incomplete to bring up third down and 8.
A little play action there. I like that play call. Allison was on the coverage, but he actually got turned around. Would have been a tough catch to make, but I like that play call.
Merrick Judd, a split end. He's 5'11", 165, and a sophomore. Also Dylan Schloop, the other split end, 6'2", 180, a senior. So third down and 8. Waynoka, helped out by that holding penalty, has a chance to get their defense off the field quickly, get a 3 and out on a very potent Timberlake team. Genlink to throw. Now he wants to run. Has room down the sideline, first down and more. He steps out inside the 45-yard line. Mark him out at about the 43 as he will pick up 13.
It was a good decision by Genlink there. Didn't have anything and scrambled for the sticks.
So first down and 10, 43-yard line. We'll set the defense for you for the Railroaders. Defensive line, one of the ends is Wyatt Atwood. The other one is Cooper Rich. Rich is a freshman. Atwood's a sophomore, very young. Only 3 returning starters from last year's state championship game appearance. There goes J.J. Pippen, 20, 15, 10 to the 5, and he'll get to the pylon. Is it a touchdown? Nope. They'll say he stepped out at the 1, but J.J. Pippen explodes down to the 1-yard line.
And we've seen him both games that we've had, Tom. He's one of those kids that once he gets going, it's tough. He's a hard runner, and he's got a lot of speed in the open field.
Remember J.J. Pippen against Medford, 25 carries, 316 yards rushing, and 6 touchdowns against the Cardinals that night.
And he got that in about 2.5 quarters.
Yeah, exactly. Down to the 1-yard line. First and goal, J.J. Pippen. Can he get to the edge? He'll hesitate, then step to the end zone. Is there an indication?
He's in.
It's a touchdown. J.J. Pippen will score from 1 yard out. And I'll tell you what, Waynoka had Timberlake in trouble, third down and 8, but Genlink with a nice 13-yard run for the first down and the big 42-yard dash by J.J. Pippen. And they'll score with 10:53 to play in the first quarter. They'll go for 2. Carter Sands is the fullback. Genlink will roll to his right. Nobody gets out to the edge to meet him. He'll dive for the end zone for 2. 10:53 to play in the first quarter. Timberlake leads Waynoka 8-0. It's the game of the week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
For generations, the FFA has been helping our children through agriculture to grow into responsible adults. We believe in and we support the work being done by our local FFA chapters and all they do to create an enriching experience for our youth. For all you do, you have our thanks. Farm Credit of Enid. Together, we grow.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Alfalfa Electric Cooperative in Cherokee.
Timberlake scores in a 6-play, 58-yard drive in 1:05. J.J. Pippen from 1 yard out. It's his 17th rushing touchdown of the season as he surpasses the 900-yard rushing mark on the season. He might get to 1,000 pretty quick here tonight if he keeps it up like that. And the Tigers looking for their 11th win of the season. Off to a quick start, leading 8-0.
Well, we know Timberlake's explosive, but he's the key guy. I mean, he's a guy they want to get going early, and it could be a long night if he keeps it up.
Genlink with the kick angling toward the near sideline. Picked up on the bounce. On the return comes Kason Olson. We'll talk about him a lot. And Olson out to the 40-yard line before he's tackled by Carter Sands. So Waynoka, the Railroaders take over for the first time. First down and 10 from their own 40. They'll start this drive with 10:48 to play in the first quarter, trailing 8-0. Quarterback is Kason Olsen, 93 of 134 passing for 1,999 yards. He's 1 yard away passing from 2,000 yards, 24 touchdowns and 3 picks. He's completed 69% of his passes this season. He's also rushed for almost 1,200 yards on the year.
Jeez.
On the jet sweep, they'll give it off on the carry to Robert Perot. And Perot will pick up 4 on first down. And it will bring up second down and 4. Second down and 6, excuse me.
It's always interesting to watch these different styles of offense. So I'm anxious to kind of see, what Waynoka's plan is here tonight.
Second down and 6 to Perot again. He'll try to get to the edge, turn it up. First down yardage and more down the sideline. 35 to the 30, pushed out of bounds by Merrick Judd, saving a touchdown. Late flag behind the play. Something happened late.
Might have hit him out of bounds. Also, it looked like he got his face mask grabbed, too, at about the 45-yard line, but I think they might have missed that.
We'll see what the indication is as the officials will discuss it. Our crew tonight, the referee is Greg Copeland, the umpire Cale Hike, also a linesman Bobby Irwin, line judge is Brady Baugh, and back judge is Angel Molina. Penalty will go against Timberlake, mark it down to the 30-yard line. So the personal foul.
This would be a big answer for Waynoka, obviously. I mean, they're going to have to match scores all night long. We know how 8-man football goes, so need to get in the end zone.
First down and 10, the line of scrimmage, the 30. 2 minutes into this one. One back set. Olsen up under center this time. He'll call his own number. And he'll gain about 4 or 5 or so before he was bulldogged to the turf by Merrick Judd. Bring up second down and 5.
If you're Waynoka early on, I mean, they're positive yardage on every run so far, 4 and 5 at a click, and then had that one long run. So Coach Allen's got to be happy with what he's seen so far.
So 5-yard gain for Olsen, as we said. He's just shy of 1,200 yards rushing on the season. 19 rushing touchdowns, averaging 9 yards a carry. Second down and 5 from the 25. Pitch left. Perot to the edge. And he'll be gang tackled after a short gain. They'll give him the 21, which will bring up third down and about 1 or so.
You got to love that. You were talking about Olsen doing everything. I don't know if you saw him there on that little quick toss. He was out there as a lead blocker after he made the toss. So a nice little play there, nice wrinkle.
Offensive line for Waynoka tonight. Center is Joseph Morrill. He's a senior, 6'2", 320. Wyatt Atwood at left guard, 6'2", 215, a sophomore. And Hunter Durkee, a freshman, is the right guard. Quarterback sneak right up the middle for the first down inside the 20-yard line down to the 17, picking up 4. Move the chains, first down.
As we've mentioned a couple times, I mean, Waynoka's, that line's moving forward. I mean, they're leaning on those defensive linemen and getting 3+ every time before they're even hit.
You can hear a train in the background. The Railroaders feeling like they're at home.
Yeah.
Down Highway 45 from Waynoka, east of Waynoka over here to Helena. First down and 10. Once again, it's the quarterback, Olsen, inside the 15-yard line down to the 13. They're going to work that workhorse senior quarterback, 6'2", 185, Kason Olsen.
And then the other thing you got here, Tom, obviously, if you're Waynoka, is you're keeping the ball out of Timberlake's hands, obviously, that explosive offense. So this is the exact kind of drive that Waynoka wants after, going down here on a quick score.
3 carries, 13 yards rushing on the drive so far for Olsen. Second down and 7. Just underway from Helena here tonight. Timberlake scored their opening possession. J.J. Pippin, a 1-yard run after a 43-yard run down to the 1-yard line. And the Tigers on top 8-0. Quarterback Olsen spinning down to the 10 before he is wrestled down by 3 or 4 Tigers. Coming off the bottom of the pile, J.J. Pippen, the safety coming up to make the kind of lead the way. Down to the 10-yard line, a gain of 3.
That was a good fill there by Pippen.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd down and 2.
Now, Coach Allen's doing a good job. I mean, they're taking their time, getting their plays in, using most of the play clock, just shortening the game. Smart.
This Waynoka team knocked off Paoli 2 weeks ago, 58-6, and then went on the road to Maysville last week and won 52-16. 3rd down and 3. Olsen to throw, rolling right to the end zone as a man wide open. It's caught for the touchdown. Reeling it in is Cooper Rich, the tight end for Cooper, his 9th catch of the season. 5 of them for touchdowns. It's 8-6.
Big play, big answer by Waynoka there. I mean, that was almost flawless execution on that drive by them.
So Cooper Rich, a freshman. The big catch. He'll go for 2 and try to even this one up.
Cooper's a big kid. Waynoka's got a bunch of freshmen on the roster. Look like they play quite a bit here and
like
there.
we said, they had only 3 starters return from last year's team that went 10-4. Quarterback sneak right up the middle, and Olsen gets in for 2. We're tied. 6:39 to play in the first quarter, all even at 8. It's the game of the week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
Alfalfa Electric Cooperative in Cherokee, Oklahoma is proud to be member-owned. We have been providing affordable and dependable service to communities in Oklahoma and Kansas since 1937. Ask about our Smart Hub app, where you can pay your bills, report outages, and check usage. At Alfalfa Electric Cooperative, we strive every day to be the best we can be, and we encourage all our local athletes to do the same. Go Chiefs!
On the football field, it's important to be able to count on your teammates. Looking for a teammate you can bank on? You found one at the Bank of Kremlin. They'll offer you a wide variety of services, including loans, CDs, and always great customer service. They are the team that offers more at the Kremlin, North Enid, Gultry, and Drummond branches, and at 430 South Oakwood. The Bank of Kremlin, banking with people you know. Member FDIC.
Bellamy & Company is proud to serve the rural communities throughout northern Oklahoma and southern Kansas. We want to thank the many loyal customers and the new ones we're meeting as we continue to grow. At Bellamy & Company, we focus on the agricultural sector to provide crop, farm, and commercial insurance, along with valuation, marketing, and auction services of land and equipment. Licensed in Oklahoma and Kansas, we are ready to serve you. Give us a call at 580-596-3838 or visit us online at callbellamy.com.
Great drive by the Railroaders. 8 plays, covered 60 yards in 4 minutes and 9 seconds. And the touchdown pass from Kason Olsen, his 25th touchdown pass of the season to freshman Cooper Rich. And Olsen with a 2-point run to even it up, tied at 8. The short kick is taken by Dylan Schloop, and he'll step out of bounds. And once again, that pretty good starting field position for Timberlake. They started the first drive and scored from the 42-yard line. This will start from the 42 as well.
I'll check a few scores here, Tom, just real quick. I know it's early on, but most of these games obviously are pretty tight. Tyrone and Midway are tied at 8. Buffalo leads Saukwa 8-0, and then Mountain View leads Medford 6-0. All these games obviously just kicked off.
Yeah, those are the 3 other quarterfinal games going on in Class C that we will keep our eye on tonight. The winner of this game takes on either Saukwa or Buffalo. Jidlink going deep, and he undershoots Schloop, and it's intercepted. Tegan Allison, the sophomore, with the pick. And for Tegan, it's his 2nd interception of the season. And Waynoka gets the ball right back. They'll start the drive at the 35-yard line.
I don't even think Schloop knew that ball was even coming to him, because he's the kind of kid, too, that might even try to make a play on it. But Allison, you got to give him credit there. The ball was, like you mentioned, was well underthrown, and Allison came back and caught it. Big momentum shifter here for Waynoka. If you're Waynoka, another drive, you want to dial up something just like you did last time. Be patient with the ball and go down and put one in the end zone again.
Ethan Jidlink, only his 3rd pick of the season. And a great opportunity for the Railroaders. They come in a record of 10-1. They finished 3rd in C1 with a 5-1 record. Actually, they were tied with Tyrone, but they couldn't play because that game, the Tyrone game, got canceled because of COVID. And the ball loose, and I think Timberlake got it right back.
It looks like Waynoka fell on
Did they
it.
get lucky and fall on the
Yeah.
football, or a couple of black jerseys over there?
Yep.
Indication will keep it with Waynoka.
It's a great play by Pippen there. He had him wrapped up, and Olsen should have just probably tried to go down instead of fighting for more yardage. You see that a lot, but, man, you're right. That would have been another big momentum shift the other way.
4-yard gain. Brings up 2nd down and 6. Just shy of halfway through the first quarter here, tied at 8. Timberlake scored in their opening drive. Waynoka had an answer, and then Waynoka with the big defensive play, the interception by Allison.
Shouldn't the clock be running, or am I losing my mind?
I believe it should be because that was
Yeah.
a running play. There was a fumble, but
Fumbled again.
and another ball loose, and let's see who gets it this time. I believe Waynoka falls on it again.
Man.
They're living right now. It stays with the Railroaders. It's Kaysen Olsen.
Olsen's holding that thing out there way too loose when he's running the ball, and obviously I don't know if something Timberlake saw on film or if they're just teach their kids to strip, but, man, both of those times he looked pretty lackadaisical with the ball.
So here's 3rd down and 3. They've got to get past the 45-yard line to move the chains. Tom Nelson, Adam Dieselhorst with you tonight in Helena.
Shouldn't the clock be rolling?
Once again, back-to-back plays. There were fumbles, but they're basically running plays. The clock should have continued, and that's going to be a short gain, but a flag on the play. There might have been maybe some illegal motion.
Yeah, I think it was a legal shift.
Yep.
They're going to decline it, though. It looks like Coach Severn's going to decline it.
Yeah, the penalty declined because they needed 3 yards and picked up 1 out to the 39-yard line. Actually picked up 2. They
yeah.
need 1.
This would be an interesting call here for Waynoka. I mean, because if you're Coach Allen, you know that Timberlake's going to put points on the board. Now, it's a tough call because obviously you're on their side of the field, but I'd probably go for it.
That's one thing we see a lot in 8-man football. If they have to make the decision to roll the dice, they usually roll the dice.
Yeah, no doubt.
And we'll have a timeout. Waynoka wants to discuss it. 6:11 to play in the first quarter, tied at 8. 4th and 1 when we come back. It's the game of the week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
Northwest Oklahoma is Croft Country, and there's no better way to get around it than a vehicle from Croft Chevrolet Buick GMC at 401 East Oklahoma in Alva. They've got the best trucks on the road or in the field. The Chevy Silverados and GMC Sierras. Customize yours with a hay bed, and it becomes the ultimate farmer's office. The 2020s are here, which means you'll find great deals as they move out the 2019 model, not to mention a great selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. Go to CroftChevrolet.com and find your next vehicle. It's always better in the country. Croft Country Chevrolet Buick GMC. Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
4th down and 1 after the timeout. Waynoka wants to move the chains right here. Olsen up under center, quarterback sneak. I think he might have got stopped. I don't think he got to the 35-yard line. They're going to mark that short. They may measure, but it looks like it'll be a little bit short. Boy, that push that the Tigers got defensively right up the middle was enough.
Yeah, it does look short. And they went with the sneak again. I mean, the last time they ran the quarterback sneak, they ran it 2 times in the last possession. They got about 6 yards the first time, and then they run the 2-point conversion. So, I mean, I don't mind the play call, but
Dalton Lear, the linebacker for Timberlake, he's up there going, I want to get a good look at that. That looks like it will be short.
It does.
It is.
Yep.
It's going to be short by inches. Timberlake with the stop.
Big stop for Timberlake. But I do think it was the right call by Coach Allen. I mean, there's just too many possessions still remaining in this game to worry about going for it on 4th down and 1. So
Timberlake will take over. First time that they'll take over in Waynoka territory at the 45-yard line. And this drive will start with 6:06 to play in the first quarter. Tanner Allen, the head coach for Waynoka, this is what makes me feel old. Of course, he was the quarterback for Laverne, back-to-back state championships his junior and senior year, playing for his dad and playing with his little brother, who is now an assistant coach for Waynoka. I can't imagine that there's kids old enough that I called not that long ago that are now head football coaches in high school, but he's a good one. Handoff on first down, J.J. Pippen, and he'll get down inside the 35-yard line, but looks like another hold is going to bring this one back. A couple of early penalties. They'll mark this one off a little downfield from the 40-yard line. So give Pippen a gain of 5 and mark him back 10.
That was actually Judd that time, Tom.
Oh, Merrick that time.
They tricked
okay.
you. They got to switch those guys around every once in a while.
And Merrick is 12 and JJ's 14.
Similar size. It's kind of hard to tell the difference, and they both, I would say Pippen's a little quicker than him, but they're similar athletes. Make it tough on the defense.
So first down and 15 from the midfield stripe. Genlink, option pitch right side, and once again we'll get the play stop before it gets underway.
I think it's going to be lined up off sides, I think.
Timberlake, a couple of early penalties have hurt him, and this one will mark him back 5.
Yeah, I mean, Timberlake's been sloppy early this game. What is that, their 4th or 5th penalty of the game?
4th.
That's something you don't typically see.
So first down and 20 now. Just halfway through the first quarter, tied at 8. Genlink, Pippen flank to his right. 2 wide to the near side, 1 to the right. Pitch outside. There goes J.J. Pippen. And he'll get across midfield and into Waynoka territory again, down to the 47-yard line, picking up 8.
Just a quick update on some scores over here of interest to other quarterfinal matchups. Buffalo's all over Sassacua, 22-0. Mountain View, 12-0 over Medford. And then the other 2 games are tied at 8. The one we have here, and then obviously Tyrone and Midway.
Normally, you would have an idea where we'd be playing at next week. You go to a neutral site, but I was talking to some people before the ball game, and they said the OSSAA, as Genlink is sacked back at the 43-yard line, leading the way for the Railroaders was Michael Solomon.
If things go the way they're going right now, Tom, I'm going to guess Northwestern. They usually are a pretty good host, and with Buffalo leading as big as they are.
But what I was just told is that the OSSAA may play it at a home site.
Oh, wow.
Just because
of COVID, maybe?
Because a lot of the different things going on this year, they might play it at a home site. Northwestern has told the OSSAA that they are available and willing to host, but it's going to be a decision the OSSAA will make. There's a pass to J.J. Pippen, and Pippen will get across midfield as they try to get all this yardage back after the penalties down to the 40-yard line, gain of 13.
Boy, they gave him a pretty good spot.
They did.
He lost control of the ball and backed up about 4 yards, and they spotted it all the way where he had the ball.
Well, so now it's 4th down and 5 at the 40-yard line. It could have been 4th and 7 or 4th and 8.
That was a tough break for Waynoka there.
Big 4th down right here. Can Waynoka get their defense off the field? Genlink calls his own number. Now he's going to float one out to J.J. Pippen. He has to chase it down, and he'll get the first down. J.J. down to the 29. That was all J.J. Pippen making something happen right there.
Was that a lateral?
Well, yeah, I think it was. It doesn't really matter. It's either I would say it's a lateral.
Okay.
It's either a pass or a lateral. I'm going to say It went about a half a yard back. I'm going to call it a lateral, just because I want to keep my stats as honest as possible. It's a 10-yard gain.
There was just a lot going on right there. That was a risky play by Genlink, but it ended up working out for him. There was no defender in the area.
First down and 10, 30-yard line. Here goes J.J. Pippen, tries to get to the edge. He runs into Dylan Schloop, his teammate, blocking out here on the edge, as he will give credit to Drake Brady, the linebacker.
It's a good play there. 82, though, made that happen. He had the end all the way pushed back about 5 yards into the backfield.
So back to the 35-yard line, a loss of 5 on the carry.
Cooper Rich is having him a good game here today.
Freshman stepping up. Second down and 15 now. High set, Genlink to throw. Threw it behind his intended receiver. Pippen had to go back and had it in his hands. Take it back. That's Carter Sands, the fullback, who tried to retreat and make the catch and couldn't do it.
That was quite a throw by Genlink. That showed his arm strength there. He's kind of throwing a little bit off balance, but, man, he
put some mustard on it.
He sure did.
3rd down and 15. Glad to have you with us in the Squirtle High School football game of the week, playoff style. Brought to you by High Plains Insurance. Danny Geis and the crew at High Plains Insurance in Medford. Loyal. 3rd down and 15. 2 wide to the left, 1 wide to the right. Judd's out to the right. That's actually Schloop, and now they're going to pitch to J.J. Pippen. And Pippen is, he steps out of a tackle, but he's tripped up. As Wyatt Atwood came over and got him wrapped up, but then Pippen stepped away from him and tripped over Atwood's feet.
Yeah, Coach Allen's looking for a block in the back on that side, and I would tend to agree with him a little bit because the defender is getting shoved, by his back, kind of almost out of bounds there.
So now it's 4th down and 13. They've got to get inside the 20-yard line to move the chains. Genlink straight back, buying time. Going deep to Judd. Judd can't reel it in, but there's going to be pass interference. Blow the whistle on Tegan Allison. With one-on-one coverage, Allison and Judd. And it will be a 15-yard penalty, not a spot foul like you see in pro football. It'll be a 15-yard penalty, but it will be a 1st down.
It's one of those situations where really Allison was actually not in a bad position, but he just didn't turn and make a play on the ball and just kind of ran into the offensive player, and it was a smart play by Genlink just to throw it up. A lot of times good things happen. Usually only one thing bad can happen, and on 4th down, even if they get an interception there, it's just like turning it over on downs.
Here comes the 9th play of the drive that started at the Waynoka 45-yard line. 9 plays to go 27 yards. 1st down and 10. In motion on the jet sweep. They're going to flip it to J.J. Pippen. Pippen tries to get to the edge, and he will be finally, they'll blow the whistle dead. Great job of pursuit by the Railroaders over here on the near side, including Tegan Allison, Kaysen Olsen. That will actually go as a pass because he flipped it forward for a gain of 1, actually a gain of 2 to the 16. So 2nd down and 8 now. Genlink hands off this time to Pippen. And Pippen, boy, runs hard. He's finally pushed out of bounds. The first guy to get there was Joseph Morrill, 6'2", 320. But Pippen dragged him over to the sideline, but could not slip his grasp.
Looked like it might be a face mask there, Tom.
Yeah, they're going to mark it down to the 10-yard line, and if it is, should be a half the distance penalty, as the officials will discuss. Personal foul, face mask. That'll move it down to around the 5 or so on half the distance. Well, they might mark it down. Going to mark it to the 4. So now it's 1st down and goal. Ball resting at the 4-yard line as Timberlake looks to grab the lead back. Pippen dodged the eye. Give it to him. And he steps out of a tackle, heads toward the end zone. He came up a yard short. Be 2nd down and goal. Pippen down to the 1. But tell you what, he runs hard. You look at, like once again, Joe Morrill was there. Looked like he had him wrapped up, and Pippen just slipped out of his grasp. He's down to the 1.
He's a tough runner. We've seen that. He just runs very hard. Keeps his feet churning.
2nd down and goal from the 1.
Oh, fumble.
Genlink fumbled the snap. He'll push forward into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers, as Genlink goes in rushing for the 8th time this season. And the Tigers on top, 14-8.
It was an interesting drive there by Timberlake. It seemed like it took them forever to get in the end zone. We had a lot of negative plays and a lot of positives, a couple of penalties, but a good answer there by Timberlake.
Well, the drive took 5 minutes and 5 seconds. starting at the 45-yard line. Pitch near side. Can J.J. Pippen get to the edge? He'll dive to the end zone for 2, and he does. 16-8, Timberlake will take a break. It's the game of the week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
Planning an auction? Look no further than JKJ Real Estate and Auction Company to sell your real estate, farm machinery, vehicles, and equipment. Contact Keith James in Enid, Lon Sturgeon in Mino, Doug Walker in Crescent, Chad Rebb in Helena, or LD Rapp in Waukeeta. Let their hard-working and experienced staff conduct a successful auction for you. Since 1968, JKJ Auction and Real Estate has been helping you say, sold, at 1301 East Willow in Enid, 580-233-9800. and jkjauction.com.
Protect your network with the most advanced security features available. With CanOkla's Managed Network Service, you can experience worry-free, managed Wi-Fi with automatic security updates and protection for all devices on your network. Be the hero by preventing viruses, blocking malicious websites, and receive alerts when suspicious activity occurs. Pair this with CanOkla's high-speed internet for the ultimate internet experience. Call 800-CAN-OKLA today. CanOkla Networks is an equal opportunity provider, employer, and lender.
Case and Olsen on the return. Out across the 40-yard line to the 45 before he's tackled by Dylan Schloop. Timberlake, a 12-play, 45-yard drive. They took over in Waynoka territory after Waynoka went forward on 4th down and didn't. In 5 minutes and 5 seconds, Ethan Genlink, a 1-yard touchdown run. J.J. Pippen with the 2-point conversion to make it 16-8.
That might be one of the first times that we've seen somebody kick deep in a while in one of these 8-man games.
We've actually seen a couple of them in this game already, but I did think about it. This drive will start with 54 seconds to play in the first quarter. And put the man in motion. There goes Perot. Bounces outside, 45-40, 35-30, 25-20. Chased down from behind by Schloop to save the touchdown as Dylan Schloop ran him down.
They ran that same play a couple times earlier, and he just had one man to beat. And this time, finally, he got the edge. But great effort, though, by Schloop. A lot of times that doesn't, we saw that in an NFL game earlier on this year where DK Metcalf made a huge play on what could have been a pick six and changed the game. And it was early in the game. So a lot of times that stuff, goes unnoticed, but great effort there.
37-yard run by Perot.
Check some scores here real quick, Tom. Mountain View leads 20-0 over Medford. Buffalo 22-0 still. Obviously, we have Timberlake here 16-8, and then Tyrone leads Midway 24-14.
First down and goal from the 8-yard line. And on first down, Perot turns it before he is pushed back at the 6. He'll fall forward. Let's see where they give him the forward progress down to the 4-yard line. Give him a gain of 4.
Let's go to Class B just real quick. Shattuck leads Ellick 8-6. Pioneer, a team in our area, leads Quinton. They're all over Quinton, 24-0. Dewar all over Covington, 18-0. Velma over Turpin, 24-0. Davenport over Summit, 14-0. Balco leads 8-0. Regent Prep over Wetumpka, 21-0. And Waurika leads Laverne, 8-6.
And we're at the end of the first quarter, 16-8 Timberlake. We'll take a break. It's the game of the week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
Is your doctor happy? Does he or she love what they do? At Reliant Direct Primary Care, Dr. Jonathan Bushman loves taking care of his patients in the most accessible, most affordable way. With membership starting at $25 per month, it's time for you, your family, and your business to elevate your health. Visit us at www.reliantdpc.com today and discover the direct primary care difference.
Tractors, trucks, equipment, industrial vehicles, trailers, you'll find it all at the Fall Consignment Auction, Friday, September 11th at 10 a.m. at Sturgeon's Truck and Tractor Sales in Mino. Area farmers, lending institutions, and Sturgeon's Tractor are bringing hundreds of pieces of farm and industrial equipment, trucks, trailers, and more to Mino for their big fall sale. Stop by and pre-register today. The auction is Friday, September 11th at Sturgeon's Truck and Tractor Sales on East Highway 412 in Mino. Get details at sturgeonscorner.com. Come prepared to buy.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business, and remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447.
First play of the second quarter, it's second down and goal from the 4-yard line from Waynoka, trailing 16-8. Pitch to the near side, trying to find some running room and nothing doing. The road was closed down on the carry that time by Drake Brady, his first carry of the contest. He went backwards.
That's one of the first times we've seen Timberlake get penetration up front. Most of the night, Waynoka has been leaning up front on them, and they're getting +3 before they even make contact on anybody.
4-yard loss brings up third down and goal back at the 8-yard line.
This will be a huge stop, obviously, here for Timberlake. And then on the other side of it, it'd be a massive answer for Waynoka.
2-down territory here as Waynoka will try to punch it in. Waynoka with 94 offensive yards in the first quarter. Timberlake had 108. And before the play gets underway, timeout called by Coach Allen and the Waynoka Railroaders. We'll take a break. 11:09 to play in the first half at 16-8 Timberlake. It's the game of the week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
You want commitment from your bank, you want excellent service, and you want loyalty. Bank Central National Association strives every day to give you the banking experience you really want and enjoy. Their friendly staff is here to serve you and provide you with the best service around. Call them today at 580-234-3316 or visit them in Enid, Alva, Woodward, Anthony, Kansas, or Harper, Kansas. Thank you for choosing Bank Central National Association. Member FDIC.
For generations, the FFA has been helping our children through agriculture to grow into responsible adults. We believe in and we support the work being done by our local FFA chapters and all they do to create an enriching experience for our youth. For all you do, you have our thanks. Farm Credit of Enid. Together, we grow.
Third down and goal from the 8-yard line. From the shotgun, Case and Olson. With Drake Brady to his left, Olson to throw, has time, now steps up, dumps it out right, flat ball is caught by the freshman tight end Cooper Rich, and Rich will score for the second time tonight.
He has been big the whole night. He's been great on the defensive side of the ball, and obviously now his second score, man, good-looking freshman. He's going to be a handful the next 3 years.
Cooper Rich, a couple of catches tonight, 10 on the season, both tonight for touchdowns. The first one 10 yards, that one for 8. Now 16-14, a minute into the second quarter. And here comes the two-point conversion to try to even this one up as the pack stands across the way who made the trip down Highway 45 from Waynoka, making some noise. Olson to throw. Now he wants to run. Can he get to the edge? He won't, as he was popped by Dylan Sloop. 16-14, Timberlake by a deuce. We'll take a break. It's the game of the week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Alfalfa Electric Cooperative in Cherokee, Oklahoma is proud to be member-owned. We have been providing affordable and dependable service to communities in Oklahoma and Kansas since 1937. Ask about our Smart Hub app where you can pay your bills, report outages, and check usage. At Alfalfa Electric Cooperative, we strive every day to be the best we can be, and we encourage all our local athletes to do the same. Go Chiefs!
On the football field, it's important to be able to count on your teammates. Looking for a teammate you can bank on? You found one at the Bank of Kremlin. They'll offer you a wide variety of services, including loans, CDs, and always great customer service. They are the team that offers more at the Kremlin, North Enid, Goultry, and Drummond branches, and at 430 South Oakwood. The Bank of Kremlin, banking with people you know. Member FDIC.
Waynoka scored in 4 plays, covered 55 yards at 1:53 as Kason Olson's second touchdown pass of the night to the tight end Cooper Rich. 2-point conversion, no good. And now the ball loose,
It's
and I
loose.
believe Waynoka might have jumped on it. Let's see.
Number 10 from Timberlake got it late.
Coach Allen was jumping. I think he thought that they had jumped on top of it.
It was out there
Jaden
loose.
Atchison.
It was out there loose. Timberlake had 2 guys, or Waynoka had 2 guys right by it. I just don't think they saw it. A great play there by Timberlake to get on it.
So the drive will start just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Talk about that this time of the year, too. You lose a little bit of feel for the ball when it starts to get kind of cold, and so that ball gets a little heavier and your hands get a little bit colder. So you see that ball kind of squirming out a little bit more tonight.
I know it was 38 degrees when I came in tonight, so we're in the high 30s. Option pitch near side, J.J. Pippin. Get down to the 40-yard line before he was tackled out of bounds by Kason Olson, the safety. You take a look at who leads the Railroaders in tackles. You've got your quarterback Perot with 82 and then Kason Olson 51. So your safety and your quarterback, or the cornerback, making the tackles. As we see right there as well.
Which an 8-man isn't overly uncommon, especially the type of offenses that we see nowadays where people spread the ball out more.
So down to the 41-yard line, move the chains, first down and the gain of 10.
Great play by Rich again.
Pippin lowered his shoulder. Gets inside the 35-yard line. But they're going to mark him right at the 35. Gain on the play of 6. J.J. Pippin getting the workload tonight, now 91 yards rushing on 11 carries.
You don't want Pippin to not be physical, but that's probably one situation where probably him not having to lower his shoulder in the open field is probably worth it.
Pitch near side, it's Pippin again. Turns it up inside the 30-yard line, chased down from behind to the 24. The tackle made by Tegan Allison, but moved the chains, first down, the gain of 11. As Pippin goes over 100 yards rushing, as we said, the Medford game earlier this year, he carried the ball 25 times for 316 rushing yards and 6 rushing touchdowns.
And really didn't get anything going in that game until like the second quarter,
Yeah,
and
you're
then
right.
by the fourth quarter, the game was over with.
Final score in that game was 66-36. This time it's Merrick Judd. And Judd falls forward to the 20-yard line, taken down by Kason Olson. Pick up about 4 or so to bring up second down and 6.
Timberlake's the kind of team where if they can be physical, we see them a lot in this power formation out of I, and then the next thing you know, they go spread, and they're spreading you out. They're just a tough matchup for a lot of teams. They're a great offensive team.
Clock ticking, 9:20 to play in the first half. Timberlake leads 16-14. They are moving. Genlink's in trouble. And he'll forward for a couple of yards down to the 18, making a little something out of a whole lot of nothing. So that'll bring up third down and 4. They've got to get inside the 15-yard line, almost to the 14-yard line to move the chains.
Some fancy Christmas decorations kind of over that way.
That house is lit up. They're putting on a show for us tonight. Handoff, there's your fullback, Carter Sands. First down. Inside the 15-yard line down to the 13, picking up 5. First carry of the night for Sands.
Sands is a tough runner. We saw him the last couple of games, too. He doesn't get the ball a ton, but he maximizes his opportunities.
That's his 27th carry of the season. 313 yards rushing, but he's averaging 12 yards a carry when he gets the opportunity.
He's telling Coach, I need it more.
First down and 10, 13-yard line. Tigers in the red zone. Genlink up under center, pitch near side. Can Pippen get to the edge? Around Sloop, he turns it up down to the 5. And out of bounds at about the 4-yard line. He'll pick up 9.
They're liking what they get out of that toss play. They've ran that double digits time tonight.
It'll be second down and 1, less than 1. They can get a first down inside the 3-yard line. The black-clad Timberlake Tigers, #1 team in Class C. Hand it off to Pippen. Pippen to the inside, fighting for the goal line. He gets there for a touchdown. 4-yard touchdown run by J.J. Pippen, his second rushing touchdown of the night.
Just a simple block down and kick out scheme there by Timberlake. They've got Schloop out there blocking off the edge, and Rich was right there to make a play, but Pippen's just too hard of a runner. Gets the 3 yards he needed to get in.
Tigers on top 22-14 now. They get this 2-point conversion. They can go up by more than one possession. Could get that lead up to 10. Genlink will hand off to Merrick Judd this time, and Judd comes up short. 7:42 to play in the first half, 22-14 Tigers. You're watching the game of the week on Scortle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
Bellamy & Company is proud to serve the rural communities throughout northern Oklahoma and southern Kansas. We want to thank the many loyal customers and the new ones we're meeting as we continue to grow. At Bellamy & Company, we focus on the agricultural sector to provide crop, farm, and commercial insurance, along with valuation, marketing, and auction services of land and equipment. Licensed in Oklahoma and Kansas, we are ready to serve you. Give us a call at 580-596-3838 or visit us online at callbellamy.com.
Northwest Oklahoma is Croft Country, and there's no better way to get around it than a vehicle from Croft Chevrolet Buick GMC at 401 East Oklahoma in Alva. They've got the best trucks on the road or in the field. The Chevy Silverados and GMC Sierras. Customize yours with a hay bed, and it becomes the ultimate farmer's office. The 2020s are here, which means you'll find great deals as they move out the 2019 model, not to mention a great selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. Go to CroftChevrolet.com and find your next vehicle. It's always better in the country. Croft Country Chevrolet Buick GMC.
Back with you in Helena, Brian Severin Stadium, playing on Ray Trout Field tonight in Helena. #1 team in Class C leads the #5 team, Timberlake over Waynoka, 22-14. 8th play, 51-yard drive in 3 minutes and 19 seconds as Timberlake scores, and now the onside kick will go out of bounds, and this will be good field position for Waynoka to start this drive. J.J. Pippen scored from 4 yards out. He's got 14 carries, 114 yards rushing, and 2 rushing touchdowns already.
We talked early on about him being the key for Timberlake. Obviously, so far has been a good start for him, and that's why Timberlake's been able to put up the points that they have so far.
They'll mark this football, and Waynoka will start the drive at the 47-yard line.
Well, Medford's on the board against Mountain View. It's 26-6 now. Buffalo just now leads 28-14 over Sasakwa, and Midway actually now has taken the lead over Tyrone, 26-24.
Well, Tyrone had to make that trip to Midway tonight. That's a long drive, as is the Sasakwa to Buffalo.
That is.
First down and 10. Olson will hand it off to Robert Perot, and Perot will gain a yard, and that's it.
These last couple of possessions, Timberlake's been better up front. You know, those first handful of possessions that Waynoka had, they were getting 3+ yards before they were even contacted.
I wanted to set that defense for Timberlake. We hadn't done the cornerbacks are Jaden Atkinson and Merrick Judd, the safety J.J. Pippen. Linebackers are Dalton Lear and Cade Severin. The defensive ends are Dylan Schloop and Cade Redding, and the nose guard is Carter Sands. Second down and 9. We'll hand it off again to Perot, and he is bulldogged down in the backfield by Carter Sands. Nose guard, just talked about him. Loss of 1, back to the 47-yard line. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 10. And if you're Waynoka, you don't want to get off schedule.
No, you don't. Too explosive on offense.
Timberlake had one drive where Jindling threw the interception, where they came up empty. 3rd down and 10. High snap. Olsen wants to roll to his right. Flag back here. Somebody held on the corner. And if I'm Timberlake, I just decline it. I don't know. It'd be 3rd down and 20 as opposed to 4th and 10 or so.
If you're Waynoka, this is not the kind of possession obviously you want with so much time still here left here on the clock. Waynoka, like you mentioned, you got to capitalize your offensive possessions. If not, you got to move the sticks at least a little bit to take some time off the clock.
Yeah, the 10-yard penalty. Mark it back to the 31. Wow.
It's going to be 3rd and Cherokee for a 1st down.
They've got to get across midfield inside the 43-yard line. The Timberlake 43-yard line. Right now they're on the Waynoka 31. 3rd down and half of Alfalfa County. Back to throw. Olsen being chased.
Nice.
He flips it forward into the hands of Drake Brady, and Brady will get some of that back.
I like that play call. Kind of a little delayed shovel pass.
Little delay shovel.
It's almost like a screen, but with the shovel pass element. I liked it.
It'll still be 4th down at about 15. They do get the ball to the 42-yard line. End up gaining 11 on the little flip. For Brady, his first catch of the night, his 15th of the season. So now it's 4th down and 15. Olsen's their punter. Will he quick kick this one away?
Looks like he will. Good punt.
Got it away quickly.
Man.
There's nobody back deep. And it will die at the 26-yard line, and that is where Timberlake will take over, 1st down and 10. So Timberlake has the 8-point lead, and now the football just shy of halfway through the 2nd quarter. 1st down and 10 at the 26-yard line.
I'm going to go to a couple scores. Let's go to the B scoreboard just real quick. Balco leads Tipton 22-8. Laverne over Waurika 20-8. Regent Prep over Wetumpka 28-0. Pioneer 32-0 over Quinton. Dewar all over Covington 26-0. And Velma over Turpin 32-16.
1st down and 10 for the Tigers from the 26-yard line. Pitch near side. J.J. Pippin corralled. Get a couple of yards as he was tackled from behind by Michael Solomon, that freshman linebacker. A gain of 1 to bring up 2nd down and 9. Waynoka needs a stop.
Medford scored again, 26-14.
Crawling back into it, the Fighting Cardinals are fighting.
Living up to their mascot name.
Exactly right. Empty the backfield. 4 receivers. Ethan Jindling directing traffic. He's got Schloop split wide to the left. Carter Sands slot to the left. And now a timeout. We'll take it with him. 5:17 to play in the 1st half. Timberlake leads Waynoka 22-14. You're watching the game of the week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Planning an auction? Look no further than JKJ Real Estate and Auction Company to sell your real estate, farm machinery, vehicles, and equipment. Contact Keith James in Enid, Lon Sturgeon in Mino, Doug Walker in Crescent, Chad Rebb in Helena, or LD Rapp in Waukeeta. Let their hard-working and experienced staff conduct a successful auction for you. Since 1968, JKJ Auction and Real Estate has been helping you say, sold. at 1301 East Willow in Enid, 580-233-9800, and jkjauction.com.
Second down and 9. Ethan Genlink going deep to Merrick Judd, and Judd reels it in. Merrick Judd covered by Robert Perot.
Man, what a catch. He had to turn his body around almost at 360.
Judd down to the 26-yard line from the 27 to the 26. $47-yard hookup. Had to do the math.
Yeah, that's what we just talked about. Now they're in the power formation, probably going to run toss or lead.
J.J. Pippin, goes down hard, tackled by Joseph Morrill. Yeah, for Merrick Judd, leading receiver on this Tiger team. That's his 27th catch, up over 700 yards receiving on the year now. Gain of 2 on the carry.
And obviously the big key here for Waynoka is that few of their players look like they have their heads down here. They don't need to be doing that. Obviously only down a score here. They just got to focus on getting a stop here before the half.
Second down and 8. 4.5 to play in the first half. Stick around at halftime. We'll check the stats and the scoring and check the scoreboard as well. Genlink flushed. Now wants to run. Now throws toward the end zone. Nice catch is made. And for the touchdown, it's Dalton Lear.
That is just tough. What a great play by Genlink there.
He just extended the play until Lear got open, and Lear goes high to make the catch inside the 5-yard line. For Dalton Lear, I believe that's his first touchdown reception of the season.
I think Coach Severn's the only coach in history that can get that far out on the field during the game.
Don't let him do it.
I mean, it's amazing. More power to him, right?
24-yard hookup. Make it 28-14. They'll go for 2 with 4 minutes and change remaining in the first half. Winner plays in the state semifinals at a location to be determined. Genlink to the end zone. Back corner of the end zone, caught by Merrick Judd. 4:14 to play in the first half. Now 30-14. Tigers will take a break. It's the game of the week on Score, presented by High Plains Insurance.
Protect your network with the most advanced security features available. With CanOkla's managed network service, you can experience worry-free, managed Wi-Fi with automatic security updates and protection for all devices on your network. Be the hero by preventing viruses, blocking malicious websites, and receive alerts when suspicious activity occurs. Pair this with CanOkla's high-speed internet for the ultimate internet experience. Call 800-CAN-OKLA today.
CanOkla Networks is an equal opportunity provider, employer, and lender.
Is your doctor happy? Does he or she love what they do? At Reliant Direct Primary Care, Dr. Jonathan Bushman loves taking care of his patients in the most accessible, most affordable way. With membership starting at $25 per month, it's time for you, your family, and your business to elevate your health. Visit us at www.reliantd.
Ethan Genlink will tee it up. Little squib kick will roll it out of bounds. That last drive for the Tigers, 4 plays, 74 yards in a minute 51. The big hookup was the Genlink to Merrick Judd for 47 yards. But it was a touchdown pass to Dalton Lear.
Both times Genlink just made on the play for the touchdown, the pass he made was fantastic. And then even the 2-point conversion throw that he made was a tough throw on the move. He's one of those kids that out of the pocket, he might throw the ball better than he does in the pocket.
Big drive for Waynoka right here. They're now down 30-14. They take over on their own 35-yard line. Olsen, not a whole lot there. He fumbled the football. Ball is loose, and I believe Waynoka will keep it.
Man, that is the 3rd time that Olsen's fumbled the ball. He's just kind of keeping it out there loose, and Timberlake has just not capitalized on those fumbles. Man, look at this score, Tom. El Reno leads McAllister 28-7. That was a game we had last week. El Reno has an explosive quarterback in Plumlee. Man, that kid is fun to watch. But that's big. You know, they lost their assistant coach, passed away in a car accident. So there's a lot of emotion in that game for El Reno.
That can go either way sometimes.
Yep.
2nd down and 9. Back to throw is Olson. He's sacked from behind by Cade Severin. Severin, the junior, 6 foot, 200 pounds. Linebacker comes up to get the sack. And right now, the momentum swing toward the home team.
You're starting to see Timberlake, execute on both sides. Really, until the last few possessions, Waynoka's been moving the ball pretty much with ease. But, man, Timberlake, the last 2 defensive possessions, have found some stuff that they like.
So it's 3rd down and 18. I take it back. Is it 3rd or 2nd?
Should be just 2nd down.
I'm thinking it was just 2nd down.
No, it's 3rd down.
Is
it's 3rd down. Yeah, because they ran that quarterback kind of counter.
Oh, you're exactly right.
I got you, Tom.
Olson this time wants to throw. Down the field, one-on-one coverage.
Good ball.
Tegan Allison tried to run under it. Good coverage downfield by Cameron Brewer. Cameron, a senior. And now it's 4th down and long.
This is another one of those tricky situations. Now you're going to give the ball back to Timberlake with well over 2 minutes to go, and it makes it a tough deal. You know, Timberlake scores here. They're up 3 scores going in the half.
Kason Olson's first incompleted pass of the ball game. 4th down and 18. 2 wide to the near side. Now they put the man in motion. And the quick punt again, which will die at about the midfield stripe right there at the 50-yard line, which is where Timberlake will take over 1st down and 10 with 2:27 to play in the first half. And the Tigers here, they could march down the field. They push this one into the end zone to grab, a 36 or 38-14 lead. This is a big trip down the field. 8-man football, a lot can happen, but right now the momentum is on the side of the Tigers.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, we've seen a lot of these games where teams get comfortable leads with 2 good teams in it, and then a break here or there, a turnover or something. But, man, Waynoka really, really needs a stop here before the half.
The drive will start with 2:27 to play in the first half. Carter Sands, nothing doing as he is pushed back. Leading the charge was Wyatt Atwood.
That's a good start for Waynoka. And if you're Timberlake, just keep doing what you're doing. Obviously, you've only stopped yourself tonight.
So 2nd down and 10. Sands to the near side, tries to turn it up, and he'll get a few of those yards back across the 45-yard line, down to the 41, gaining 9.
There's just so many different guys that Timberlake can hand the ball off to. Makes it tough on a defense.
Under 2 to play in the first half now.
Going to look for Timberlake to go to that toss or that lead play they like.
Up the middle, J.J. Pippin. He'll be tackled short of the 1st down marker. Job closing up that hole. Leading the way was Michael Solomon, and then coming in and cleaning it up was Joseph Morrill. Here's 4th down and 1.
I bet you they go right back to the same play again, probably on a freeze play maybe.
Pitch near side. Here's J.J. Pippin. He'll
got
get the 1st down as he goes down in the arms of Kason Olson.
Really, Waynoka had that play. Actually, they were right there. It's just Pippin just too good of an athlete on the edge, and just got the corner and got the necessary yardage he needed.
Picked up 4, 1st down and 10. He got out of bounds, so the clock will stop until the snap. Back to throw this time. Jinlink going deep toward the end zone. Merrick Judd is down there. Merrick Judd gauges it, dives toward the pylon, touchdown.
Man, they ran a little wheel route that time with him. What a great play. Great execution by Timberlake.
Wearing out Robert Perot.
Man.
36-14. That's Jinlink just saying, Merrick, go for it. Just go after it. Get this football.
I like the route. They ran him on a wheel up the sideline. Just a tough play. Put a lot of pressure on that corner. And once again, his ball skills on the ball in the air, it's phenomenal to watch him go back and move and twist his body. A tough catch.
Merrick Judd's 14th touchdown reception of the season. Going for two, Genlink. Ball battered away by Tegan Allison, incomplete. 1:10 to play in the first half, now 36-14 Tigers. You're watching the game of the week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales in Mino has what you need to keep your business rolling, whether over the road or on the farm. Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales has a current selection of highway and farm trucks to get the job done for you. From sleepers, day cabs, and grain trucks to dump trucks and more. Give Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales a call at 580-776-2245. Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales in Mino.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business, and remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
$36-14 late in the first half as Timberlake scores on a 5-play 50-yard drive in a minute 17. Ethan Genlink to Merrick Judd, the 37-yard touchdown pass. 2-point conversion pass incomplete, and now the onside kick out of bounds. And once again, Waynoka will get good starting field position here.
I'm telling you, Waynoka needs to be careful. That's the second time they've ran that little squib, and Merrick Judd has been close diving and getting on that ball 2 different times.
Got to give a shout out, Tanner Bowman, Tebow
in the house
from Cherokee. He won a gold ball, almost won a second.
Yeah.
Now an assistant coach at Cherokee. He's hanging out in the press box. Not happy because he's in the press box watching their in-county rival play.
He's giving us all the insider info. That's how we actually sound smart on here. So,
first down and 10. The 47-yard line. Oh, there's some running room
play
for Perot. Perot finally tackled by Judd, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line down to the 33.
Perot runs really, really hard, but he doesn't have a whole lot of wiggle to him. If you notice there, he breaks out into the open field and, basically just runs right into the defender. But heck of a run. He runs hard. Give him credit.
Gain on the run of 20.
Ooh, nice play. I like that play.
Finding some running room down to the 25-yard line. It'll be shy of the first down. The clock will roll. 43 seconds on the carry by the quarterback, Kason Olson.
I think Coach Allen brought that play over from Laverne. I remember seeing that play quite a bit. I don't know why they're taking so long to get the play off, though. How many timeouts did they have? Just one?
I think they have burned 2.
Yep. And you get it off quick here.
Second down and 3. Turning it up the field is
good run.
Robert Perot again, and Perot will get inside the 15-yard line down to the 14, gaining 12. They'll stop the clock with 15 seconds to play while they move the chains.
Boy, this would be a huge answer for Waynoka.
They really need this to happen here in the final little drive here at the waning moments of the first half, trailing 36-14.
Clock's rolling. Go quick, Waynoka.
Down to 8 seconds. Olson wants to throw. He'll look to the end zone. Now he's rolling right. Now he wants to run.
Ooh, good
and
run.
He'll be tackled shy, well shy of the end zone. The stop made by Merrick Judd, and that'll be the end of the first half. As he'll get down inside the 10-yard line, but he'll come up empty. Now hang on just a second here.
I think they're just letting the players off the field. Yeah.
Don't want to go to the same general location at the same time. So we've arrived at halftime, and the Timberlake Tigers on top of Waynoka by a score of 36-14. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching the game of the week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
You want commitment from your bank. You want excellent service, and you want loyalty. Bank Central National Association strives every day to give you the banking experience you really want and enjoy. Their friendly staff is here to serve you and provide you with the best service around. Call them today at 580-234-3316 or visit them in Enid, Alva, Woodward, Anthony, Kansas, or Harper, Kansas. Thank you for choosing Bank Central National Association. Member FDIC.
For generations, the FFA has been helping our children through agriculture to grow into responsible adults. We believe in and we support the work being done by our local FFA chapters and all they do to create an enriching experience for our youth. For all you do, you have our thanks. Farm Credit of Enid. Together, we grow.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Alfalfa Electric Cooperative in Cherokee, Oklahoma is proud to be member-owned. We have been providing affordable and dependable service to communities in Oklahoma and Kansas since 1937. Ask about our Smart Hub app where you can pay your bills, report outages, and check usage. At Alfalfa Electric Cooperative, we strive every day to be the best we can be, and we encourage all our local athletes to do the same. Go Chiefs!
On the football field, it's important to be able to count on your teammates. Looking for a teammate you can bank on? You found one at the Bank of Kremlin. They'll offer you a wide variety of services, including loans, CDs, and always great customer service. They are the team that offers more at the Kremlin, North Enid, Gultree, and Drummond branches, and at 430 South Oakwood. The Bank of Kremlin, banking with people you know. Member FDIC.
Bellamy & Company is proud to serve the rural communities throughout northern Oklahoma and southern Kansas. We want to thank the many loyal customers and the new ones we're meeting as we continue to grow. At Bellamy & Company, we focus on the agricultural sector to provide crop, farm, and commercial insurance, along with valuation, marketing, and auction services of land and equipment. Licensed in Oklahoma and Kansas, we are ready to serve you. Give us a call at 580-596-3838 or visit us online at callbellamy.com.
Northwest Oklahoma is Croft Country, and there's no better way to get around it than a vehicle from Croft Chevrolet Buick GMC at 401 East Oklahoma in Alva. They've got the best trucks on the road or in the field. The Chevy Silverados and GMC Sierras. Customize yours with a hay bed, and it becomes the ultimate farmer's office. The 2020s are here, which means you'll find great deals as they move out the 2019 model, not to mention a great selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. Go to CroftChevrolet.com and find your next vehicle. It's always better in the country. Croft Country Chevrolet Buick GMC. Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Planning an auction? Look no further than JKJ Real Estate and Auction Company to sell your real estate, farm machinery, vehicles, and equipment. Contact Keith James in Enid, Lon Sturgeon in Mino, Doug Walker in Crescent, Chad Rebb in Helena, or LD Rapp in Waukeeta. Let their hard-working and experienced staff conduct a successful auction for you. Since 1968, JKJ Auction and Real Estate has been helping you say, sold, at 1301 East Willow in Enid, 580-233-9800. and jkjauction.com.
Protect your network with the most advanced security features available. With CanOkla's Managed Network Service, you can experience worry-free, managed Wi-Fi with automatic security updates and protection for all devices on your network. Be the hero by preventing viruses, blocking malicious websites, and receive alerts when suspicious activity occurs. Pair this with CanOkla's high-speed internet for the ultimate internet experience. Call 800-CAN-OKLA today.
CanOkla Networks is an equal opportunity provider, employer, and lender.
Halftime in Helena. Ray Trout Field at the brand new Brian Severin Stadium. Of course, when you coach here and have as much success as Coach Severin has, they'll name the stadium after you while you're still coaching in it, very much like K-State did with Bill Snyder. And I'll be honest with you. I know them both, and there are some similarities between Coach Severin and Coach Snyder. Good ball game, 36-14. Timberlake pulled away in the second quarter, and to extend this lead to 22. And the way the first half played out, Timberlake took the opening kickoff, took over on their own 42-yard line, wasted no time in scoring. 6 plays, went 58 yards in a minute and 5 seconds. J.J. Pippen scored from 1 yard out after a 43-yard run that got him just shy of the goal line. They let him carry it in for the touchdown. Ethan Genlink, the quarterback, with a 2-point conversion. That made it 8-0 with 10:53 to play in the first quarter. Waynoka had an answer. They took over on their own 40-yard line, and they moved down the field 60 yards in 8 plays in 4 minutes and 9 seconds. And the touchdown pass from Cason Olson to Cooper Rich, the tight end, 10 yards. Olson with the 2-point conversion, and we are tied at 8 with 6:39 to play in the first quarter. Timberlake gets the ball back. Tegan Allison with the interception of Ethan Genlink, just Genlink's 3rd pick of the season. And that gave the ball to Waynoka at their own 35-yard line. But they go 3 and out. They went for it on 4th down, came up empty. So they give the ball to Timberlake, starting the drive in Waynoka territory at the 45-yard line. This happened late in the first quarter. And Timberlake chewed some clock. 12 plays, 45 yards in 5 minutes and 5 seconds. And they score with 1:01 to play in the first quarter on an Ethan Genlink 1-yard run. J.J. Pippen with the 2-point conversion makes it 16-8 late in the first quarter. Waynoka with an answer. They take over after the short kickoff on their own 45-yard line. They move it down the field, 4 plays, 55 yards in a minute 53, and it was a second touchdown reception for the freshman Cooper Rich, an 8-yard touchdown reception from Cason Olson. The 2-point conversion run no good, and that made the score 16-14 with 11:01 to play in the second quarter. 4 plays, 55 yards in a minute 53. Timberlake pushed the lead to 8 on the ensuing possession. They took over just shy of midfield at their 49-yard line. They go 8 plays, 51 yards in 3 minutes and 19 seconds. J.J. Pippen scored from 4 yards out, his second rushing touchdown of the contest. 2-point conversion run was no good. 7:42 to play in the second quarter. Now 22-14, the Tigers on the high side. Waynoka had to punt on their next possession, leaving the ball with Timberlake starting the drive at their own 26-yard line. 4 plays, 74 yards in a minute 51, and it was Ethan Genlink, a 24-yard touchdown pass to Dalton Lear. We think it's his first touchdown reception of the season. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I've done enough homework and had enough stats. I think that is the case. So the 2-point conversion was no good. Actually, it was good. That made the score 30-14 with 4:14 to play in the first half. Another empty possession for Waynoka. They had to punt. Timberlake took over at the 50-yard line with 2 minutes and 27 seconds to play in the first half. They score in 5 plays. Ethan Genlink, a 37-yard touchdown pass to Merrick Judd, who went high in the air to reel it in and then dove for the pylon for the touchdown. 2-point conversion pass was no good. 1:10 to play in the first half. That made the score 36-14, and that is where we are halfway through this one. Timberlake, the number 1 team in Class C, leading the number 5 team, Waynoka, 36-14. We'll take a break. Our halftime show continues after this. You're watching the Game of the Week on Scortal, presented by High Plains Insurance.
Is your doctor happy? Does he or she love what they do? At Reliant Direct Primary Care, Dr. Jonathan Bushman loves taking care of his patients in the most accessible, most affordable way. With membership starting at $25 per month, it's time for you, your family, and your business to elevate your health. Visit us at www.reliantdpc.com today and discover the direct primary care difference. Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales in Mino has what you need to keep your business rolling, whether over the road or on the farm. Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales has a current selection of highway and farm trucks to get the job done for you. From sleepers, day cabs, and grain trucks to dump trucks and more. Give Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales a call at 580-776-2245. Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales in Mino.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business, and remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
You want commitment from your bank, you want excellent service, and you want loyalty. Bank Central National Association strives every day to give you the banking experience you really want and enjoy. Their friendly staff is here to serve you and provide you with the best service around. Call them today at 580-234-3316 or visit them in Enid, Alva, Woodward, Anthony, Kansas, or Harper, Kansas. Thank you for choosing Bank Central National Association. Member FDIC.
Halftime in Helena, the Timberlake Tigers on top of the Waynoka Railroaders 36-14. Let's hit the halftime numbers for you. First of all, for the Tigers, 25 rushes for 160 yards, led by J.J. Pippen, 18 carries for 122 yards, a couple of rushing touchdowns as well for the junior. Carter Sands has 3 carries for 14 yards. Merrick Judd, 2 carries for 9, and Ethan Genlink has 2 carries for 15. Through the air, Ethan Genlink is 5 of 8 passing for 123 yards, 2 touchdowns and that 1 interception. Merrick Judd with 2 catches, a 47-yard reception that set up a score, and then a 37-yard touchdown reception. J.J. Pippen, a couple of catches for 15 yards, and then it was Dalton Lear with the 24-yard touchdown reception in the first half as well. 33 offensive plays, 283 yards for Timberlake in the first half. They've got 36 points. For Waynoka, 21 rushes for 119 yards. Robert Perot with 9 carries for 95 yards. Cason Olson, 11 carries for 28. Drake Brady has 1 carry for -4. Through the air, Cason Olson is 3 for 4 passing for 29 yards, 2 touchdown passes, a 10-yarder to Cooper Rich and an 8-yarder to Cooper Rich. Rich with 2 catches for 18 yards. Drake Brady has a catch for 11. 25 offensive plays, 148 yards for Waynoka in the first half as Tanner Allen's squad trails 36-14 halfway through this one. Our halftime show will continue after this. We'll take a look at the Squirtle scoreboard. Lots of playoff action across the state, and we'll tell you more when we continue. This is the Game of the Week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
You want commitment from your bank, you want excellent service, and you want loyalty. Bank Central National Association strives every day to give you the banking experience you really want and enjoy. Their friendly staff is here to serve you and provide you with the best service around. Call them today at 580-234-3316 or visit them in Enid, Alva, Woodward, Anthony, Kansas, or Harper, Kansas. Thank you for choosing Bank Central National Association. Member FDIC.
For generations, the FFA has been helping our children through agriculture to grow into responsible adults. We believe in and we support the work being done by our local FFA chapters and all they do to create an enriching experience for our youth. For all you do, you have our thanks. Farm Credit of Enid. Together, we grow.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Alfalfa Electric Cooperative in Cherokee, Oklahoma is proud to be member-owned. We have been providing affordable and dependable service to communities in Oklahoma and Kansas since 1937. Ask about our Smart Hub app where you can pay your bills, report outages, and check usage. At Alfalfa Electric Cooperative, we strive every day to be the best we can be, and we encourage all our local athletes to do the same. Go Chiefs!
On the football field, it's important to be able to count on your teammates. Looking for a teammate you can bank on? You found one at the Bank of Kremlin. They'll offer you a wide variety of services, including loans, CDs, and always great customer service. They are the team that offers more at the Kremlin, North Enid, Gultry, and Drummond branches, and at 430 South Oakwood. The Bank of Kremlin, banking with people you know. Member FDIC.
Bellamy & Company is proud to serve the rural communities throughout northern Oklahoma and southern Kansas. We want to thank the many loyal customers and the new ones we're meeting as we continue to grow. At Bellamy & Company, we focus on the agricultural sector to provide crop, farm, and commercial insurance, along with valuation, marketing, and auction services of land and equipment. Licensed in Oklahoma and Kansas, we are ready to serve you. Give us a call at 580-596-3838 or visit us online at callbellamy.com.
Northwest Oklahoma is Croft Country, and there's no better way to get around it than a vehicle from Croft Chevrolet Buick GMC at 401 East Oklahoma in Alva. They've got the best trucks on the road or in the field. The Chevy Silverados and GMC Sierras. Customize yours with a hay bed, and it becomes the ultimate farmer's office. The 2020s are here, which means you'll find great deals as they move out the 2019 model, not to mention a great selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. Go to CroftChevrolet.com and find your next vehicle. It's always better in the country. Croft Country Chevrolet Buick GMC. Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
And the Squirtle Game of the Week crew happy to be in Helena, Oklahoma tonight as the number one team in Class C, Timberlake, leads Waynoka 36-14 at the half. Our crew tonight, Bryce Miller, Caden LaFortune, Adam Dieselhorst, and I think that Ethan Sunken is somewhere remotely helping us stay on as well as Corey Rogers. It's the cast of thousands tonight keeping us on the air here tonight in Helena. It is halftime here, but we've got scores going on across the state, and we've got a great resource to check them for you as Adam Dieselhorst will give you a Squirtle scoreboard update.
Yeah, let's check out what brought us to the game here, Tom, the Squirtle app. So we're going to stay right here in Class C. Tyrone leads Midway 42-26 at half. Mountain View leads Medford 48-20. And then Buffalo leads Sasakwa 28-14. And let's bounce over to Class B and some more 8-man action. Regent Prep looks like we 45. Wetumpka 48-0 at half. Durr leads 32-6 over Covington Douglas. Pioneer all over Quentin 40-0 at halftime. Laverne over Waurika 28-16. Shattuck and Ellick are a tight one 14-12 at halftime. Summit Christian is trailing Davenport 26-7. Velma Alma all over Turpin 32-16 at half. And Balco, look at this, Balco with the win last week is over Tipton 28-8. Let's bump over to 11-man ranks and check out Class A. In Class A, Pawnee leads 42-7 over Colcord. Morrison 24-16. Moreland over Crescent 27-0. Thomas all over Tonkawa, 37-0. That score at halftime kind of surprised us. Here's a close one. Number 2 ranked Cashin only leading Hooker 20-14 at half. Ringling, another close one, just up 8-0 over Texoma at halftime. Pahuska all over Warner. We've seen Pahuska put up thousands of points this year over Warner 34-0 at half, and Woodland over Gore 16-0. We'll bump up to 2A. We're going to get all these scores, Tom. We got time. Beggs over Keys, 38-0. Marlowe over Chandler, 17-14. Washington over Jones, 17-8. Eufaula over Victory Christian, 22-14. OCS over Community Christian, 19-13. Metro Christian over Vian, kind of a surprising score at the half, 34-8. Millwood and Frederick are tied at 8s at the halftime, and Adair over Spiro, 28-6. In Class 3A, 35-14, Lincoln Christian over Anadarko. Holland Hall big over Kingfisher at half, 38-7. Heritage Hall 14-7 over Verdigris at half. And then Stigler all over Kingston, 35-0. I believe Kingston was undefeated. We'll bump up to Class 4A. Cushing over Hilldale. Cushing had that huge win last week against Weatherford. Now it looks like they're going to have another win, 20-7 at halftime. Clinton over Poto, 10-3. That'd be a big victory for Clinton. Wagner over Tuttle, 7-0. That's early in the third. Bristow, kind of an interesting score here, 11-7 at halftime. Bumping up to 5A. El Reno, the team we had last week with the victory, up 28-7 over McAllister. Carl Albert all over Bishop Kelly, which is kind of a surprise with Bishop Kelly being ranked number 1, 31-0 at halftime. Bishop McGinnis, 18-6 over Coweta, and Collinsville over Guthrie, 27-21. In 6A Division II, I guess those games are going to be tomorrow, so we won't be able to check those scores, will we, Tom? And I believe looks like Jinx leads Owasso 26-7, and just our one game we have in 6A1 as the other game will be tomorrow. So that's the Squirtle scoreboard. You can always download the Squirtle app for free and check scores across the state of Oklahoma.
And this will probably be the latest high school football season Oklahoma's ever seen. You're going to be playing the weekend before Christmas. State championship games the weekend before Christmas.
Yeah.
And I think they did the right thing, because you and I haven't had a chance to talk about this yet, because it's been over a month since I've done a ball game, all kinds of reasons for that. But I think the OSSAA made the right call with the situation and teams playing different numbers of games, giving anybody who wanted to be in the playoffs the opportunity to make it. And, of course, that added a week to everybody. You would normally be in semifinal week in Class C. But as it is, this is quarterfinal week, and the semifinals are coming up next week. And we're not going to know where the locations will be. They're kind of up in the air. We could assume that, let's say Timberlake wins this ball game and they play Buffalo. You could assume that game's going to be in Alva in the past, but there are some things up in the air. And they're not too sure if they're going to play it at a neutral site or they might play it at a home site. We'll have to see what happens on that, but they would probably know that by Saturday or Sunday. And so the winner of this game will move on to take on the winner of the Buffalo-Sassacua game. Second half coming up. We'll take a break and bring it right to you. 36-14 the score. Timberlake on top of Waynoka. It's the game of the week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Planning an auction? Look no further than JKJ Real Estate and Auction Company to sell your real estate, farm machinery, vehicles, and equipment. Contact Keith James in Enid, Lon Sturgeon in Mino, Doug Walker in Crescent, Chad Rebb in Helena, or LD Rapp in Waukeeta. Let their hard-working and experienced staff conduct a successful auction for you. Since 1968, JKJ Auction and Real Estate has been helping you say, sold, at 1301 East Willow in Enid, 580-233-9800. and jkjauction.com.
Back in Helena, Timberlake with a 36-14 lead on Waynoka. Waynoka will get the football to start the second half, and if you weren't with us when we talked about it before the ball game, Waynoka missing Jace Dunn, sophomore who broke his collarbone last week in that win over Maysville. But he put up big numbers. He had 770 yards rushing, under 75 carries, 16 rushing touchdowns, 31 catches for 750 more yards, and 10 touchdown receptions. So he is in street clothes and has his arm in a sling, and boy, Waynoka really could have used him. Also, Rowdy Poseidon, a senior, was injured earlier this season. A couple of big injuries for this Waynoka team, and they're missing both those guys tonight. They're both in street clothes. So the short kick is covered by an up man. And Waynoka will take over first down and 10 just shy of midfield. They will start this drive at the 48-yard line. They need to score on this drive. They are not out of this ball game. 8-man football, a lot of crazy things can happen. I guarantee you them coming back from a 36-14 deficit would not be that crazy. But for them, it needs to start on this drive right here. Case and Olsen 3 for 4 passing for just 29 yards, and they've rushed the ball for 119 yards. On first down, good gain across midfield down to the 44-yard line for Drake Brady. And that'll be a gain of 8. Take it back. It was Perot on the carry for the gain of 8. That gets him over 100 yards rushing on the night. He's got 10 carries for 103 yards. So 2nd down and 2 from the 44. One back set. And they will hand off to the fullback. And need 2 yards and just pick up 1. That's Drake Brady on the carry. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 1. Tom Nelson, Adam Dieselhorst with you from Helena tonight. The rest of the Squirtle crew, including Bryce Miller and Caden LaFortune. Caden drew the short straw. He's upstairs out in the cold. 37 degrees here in northwest Oklahoma tonight. Little breeze from the north. That flag is flying briskly in the northeast corner of the end zone. 3rd down and 1. Trying to get to the edge, and oh, what a play that time by JJ. Take it back, it's Sands. 44, not 14, as Perot was locked down, and that's going to be a gain of absolutely nothing to bring up 4th down and 1.
Don't worry, I'm back, Tom.
Had to make the to the new bathroom downstairs.
Nice facilities here.
New concession stand and bathrooms. When we were here for their first game at Brian Severin Stadium back in August, we had to use the porta potty.
Yes, we did.
4th down and 1. Big one right here. Olsen up under center. Perot in motion. They're going to get it to him on the jet sweep, and he'll be tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Put him in lockdown. What a great tackle. And I believe it was Cade Severin.
And if you're Perot there too, Tom, I don't know if you noticed, but he had a hole kind of up in a little bit tighter, but they've been bumping that play to the edge all night, so credit Timberlake for being there on that play. But you kind of a little bit disappointed if you're Waynoka. He didn't cut it up a little bit tighter and get the extra yardage he needed.
So Timberlake will take over, 9:55 to play in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 from their 44-yard line. Genlink dumps it out here to Schloop. And Schloop will take off and get across the 45-yard line to the 47 before he was corralled by Drake Brady. So a gain of 3 on 1st down.
You see Waynoka there stripping for the ball and trying anything they can to get the ball back. It's interesting seeing Timberlake. You know, we talked about all the different formations and the different looks they give you. They come out their first possession and just go empty.
2nd down and 7.
You know, that Jinx Owasso score, I talked about that earlier, but man, that surprised me, 26-7.
Sands right side, turns it up. And, he just keeps moving across midfield. He's pulling the pile to the 45-yard line, down to the 43. He could have very easily been tackled for a loss. That was all Carter Sands in the run down to the 43.
Well, the fans here on this side, the home fans, really love that too. I mean, you know, Waynoka's mascot is a railroader, and the guy who looked like a train there was railroading was Sands that time. He was pulling everybody.
That was a 10-yard gain. That could have been -2. He could have been tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and Mama's very happy downstairs.
Well, he doesn't want to affect his yards per carry. What's he average, like 12 yards a carry, right?
Exactly right. 1st down and 10 from the 43-yard line, and the play will stop. Somebody moved early, 5-yard penalty, which will go against the Tigers. Move it back to the 48. State quarterfinals. Number 1 team in the state, Timberlake. 36-14 the lead, 1st down and 15. Merritt Judd this time with the carry, and he'll get a yard, maybe 2.
That was Cooper Rich there again. He's played a great game tonight for a freshman. Had the 2 big touchdown catches. And
both sides of the
ball. We've
ball.
been mentioning him the whole night, setting the edge on a lot of the stuff that Timberlake likes to do.
Gain of 2 on that play to the gain of 1 to the 47.
We were talking about that extended week or the extended weeks of the season, but, man, Tom, you think about December 19th, what kind of weather we could have at some of those games.
Keep in mind that Timberlake has not played the last
3 weeks, right?
Well, 3 weeks, last 2 weeks in the playoffs.
Yeah.
As GenLink will get down to the 40-yard line. They got a double bye in the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, we talked about that new format. You saw a lot of the higher seeds in most classifications ended up not playing their games. The teams opted out to not play. But, your 5A and 6A games, there were some really good first-round games.
3rd down and 8 from the 41-yard line. I talked to Brian Severin before the ball game, and I asked him about it, and he said, I don't know, we could be rusty, but so far so good for the Tigers. There's a little quick hitter right there, and the pass to Merrick Judd will get him about a yard shy of the first down. They'll mark him at the 38-yard line.
8-man's one of those games people don't realize how difficult it is to consistently stop people. The impressive thing that in the 2.5 games we've called for Timberlake is just how versatile they are on offense. I mean, like right now they're going to go tight and run power.
Lots of pieces in different places. They can do a lot of things.
Handed it to about 4 or 5 different kids tonight.
It's 4th down and short. Quarterback sneak in the first down for GenLink. Well, I think Waynoka got a pretty good push.
I think he got it.
Be up to the spot.
Looks like they're going to give him a first down.
Got to mark it inside the 33-yard line, first down.
I was wrong one other time before, Tom. So need to give a shout out to some fans we have out there. I know Lane Jones, who's a big fan of Squirtle, I believe he is maneuvering the western part of Oklahoma like a lot of people are this weekend deer hunting out towards the Leedy area.
There you go.
So, and then Lane's a guy who's called get some games with you before in the past.
Hope he's getting some good internet access out there to watch the game. Pitch near side, J.J. Pippin down the sideline. Down inside the 20-yard line to the 17 before he is tackled by Wyatt Atwood. J.J. Pippin up over 130 yards rushing, now up near 140. The carry from the 33-yard line down to the 18. Give him actually down to the 17, so give him 16 yards on the carry. He's got 19 carries for 138 yards. I've got to say hi to Sabrina Diffie, a Timberlake Tiger alumna. Live in Oklahoma City now, watching on Squirtle.com. Actually, TimberlakeTigers.tv is where she's watching. J.J. Pippin again to the 10, down to the 5, tiptoe on the sideline down to the 2.
We have a lot of great supporters of Squirtle in this area, and Timberlake's another community that supports us a lot. Melissa GenLink just came up here a minute ago, and she's a supporter of our app, and we actually handed her a little bit of gear. Her and her son, I believe it was Judah, is that what she said, was up here earlier on? So I think their dad's at home watching the game, so we want to give him a shout-out too as well.
First down and goal from the 2-yard line. J.J. Pippin will dot the I, give it to him, stepping into the end zone, touchdown Timberlake. J.J. Pippin's 3rd rushing touchdown of the ball game to make it 42-14.
And we had talked about this the couple possessions before half, just kind of the body language from Waynoka. Not something you want to see. And Waynoka's played a good game. They just here recently, Timberlake's really tightened up on the defensive end. It just makes it so difficult because they're so explosive on offense.
9 plays, 56 yards in the drive. Pippin wants to throw to the end
nice.
zone, lobs it to the back corner.
What a
Merrick
catch.
Judd went high. Did he get it? Yes, he did. Merrick Judd went up among 2 defenders and reeled it in. 44-14 our score, 6:20 to play in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a break. It's the game of the week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
Protect your network with the most advanced security features available. With CanOkla's managed network service, you can experience worry-free, managed Wi-Fi with automatic security updates and protection for all devices on your network. Be the hero by preventing viruses, blocking malicious websites, and receive alerts when suspicious activity occurs. Pair this with CanOkla's high-speed internet for the ultimate internet experience. Call 800-CAN-OKLA today.
Can Oakland Networks is an equal opportunity provider, employer, and lender.
Timberlake scores at a 9-play, 56-yard drive in 3 minutes and 35 seconds. J.J. Pippen from 2 yards out. The two-point conversion pass Genlink to Judd. Check some scores real quick during this kickoff.
Yeah, we just need a shout-out to Pioneer with the victory, 46-0 over Quentin, a team in our area. Dewar leading Covington 40-6. Shattuck and Ellick are still in a tight one in the third quarter, 14-12. And, hey, Balco, look at Balco, 34-8, another team. Obviously, they upset Cherokee last week. Now it looks like they're going to take down kind of one of the perennial powers, an 8-man Tipton, up 34-8.
And that kickoff return by Drake Brady to the 41-yard line, and Waynoka will take over trailing by 30 now, 44-14. This drive will start with 6 minutes and 13 seconds to play in quarter number 3. Tom Nelson, Adam Dieselhorst, and the Squirtle crew with you as the playoff run continues on Squirtle. First down and 10, rolling to his right, and now back to his left is Olson. Wide open over here on the sideline, and the pass off the fingertips of Robert Perot, incomplete. Second down and 10. He tried to tiptoe on the sideline and stay in bounds and make that catch, but just off the fingertips.
Boy, I really like that play. I don't know if that was meant to be to throw back to the running back, but they kind of have been running that motion play all night long. And if it wasn't for Merrick Judd getting in the backfield there and pressuring Olson, I think that Waynoka would have had a big play there.
Did you watch Iowa State today? The Cyclones with one of the biggest wins in their school history, as it looks like they will punch their ticket almost official now for the Big 12 championship game for the first time in school history. Win over Texas today.
That was the first time, I think, in school history they beat Texas and Oklahoma in the same season, correct, as well.
Robert Perot with the nice carry. I believe you are right, out of bounds inside the Timberlake 40-yard line. Down to the 37, picking up 22.
It's unfortunate for your Wildcats, Tom. They had when they lost their quarterback, they've just been a completely different team since they lost him. And
they've had a lot of COVID issues too. Their numbers have been way down. They've got Baylor tomorrow. We'll see what happens.
Their COVID issues didn't bug them against OU.
I don't think they had as many that weekend. First down.
They had the quarterback too, which helped.
That's right. Quarterback draw this time by Olson, and he's tripped up down the field by Dalton Lear after a gain of about 4 or 5, as they will mark him at the 34-yard line.
And we talk about this all the time, Tom, but just the evolution of how football has changed so much. I mean, the quarterback is so important to an offense, no matter if you're watching an 8-man game or if you're watching a collegiate level game. It's just a different deal now with these spread offenses and how teams play.
What you wonder about college football is all of these players can come back and play. They're not losing a year. How many of these seniors will be back? Decide, okay, I want to go through one more year.
Yeah.
Second down and 7.
We were talking about Texas. Well, Ellinger, great play. I like that play.
Once again, there's your freshman tight end Cooper Rich rumbling down to the 16, 17-yard line. He'll pick up 17.
You can count me in the Cooper Rich fan club. I'm a big fan of that kid.
He had 8 catches for 102 yards and 4 touchdowns coming in. He's caught 3 balls here tonight.
You see that more often, too, using your tight end, the big athletic kid. I mean, that kid, I'd throw to him all day long. He catches the ball well. He can run well once he catches it.
First down and 10 from the 17-yard line, under 5 to play in the third quarter here in Helena tonight.
See if Waynoka can get one on the board here, at least make it interesting.
Cade Olson to throw. Now he wants to run. Now he dumps it left side out in the flat. Caught by Perot, and Perot will get down near the 10. Looks like they're going to mark him out at about the 12-yard line, a gain of 5. For Perot, it's his first catch of the night. Second down and 5. We don't know where we're going to be next Friday night, but we'll be somewhere. This is the first ball game that I've broadcast since the since the
Covington
Garber game back in October. 2nd down and 6. Pass caught Perot, tackled immediately by Jaden Atkinson. He'll pick up a couple, give him 3 to bring up 3rd down and about 1 or 2 as they'll mark it at the 8-yard line.
Buffalo just scored again to go up 42-14. Looks like the winner of this game obviously is going to be playing Buffalo.
3rd down and 1. Waynoka lost to Buffalo 48-32 earlier this season. They play in the same district. 3rd down and 1. High snap. Olson will get the 1st down, is making something out of chaos. He'll get down to the 5, gaining 3.
And we saw Buffalo earlier on this year, Tom. Remember against Pond Creek?
Yes,
they
did.
They were an impressive team. You know, physical team, had some real good skill guys, and played really, really hard, very physical on both sides of the ball.
At the time, Pond Creek Hunter they still had the mystique. They struggled this year, but at that point they still had the mystique.
Yeah.
And we thought the Buffalo really looked good because of the way they handled Pond Creek Hunter.
I would agree.
1st down and goal at the 5-yard line. High snap. Olson on the quarterback draw. Nothing doing as he is taken down. I don't think he got anything. Colton Lormond brought him down. Give him 1 to the 4.
We don't have an update in the Mountain View Medford game, but Mountain View is leading big over Medford, 54-20. It still says half. Tyrone leads Midway 42-34 in the other quarterfinal game.
2nd down and goal from the 4-yard line. Olson rolling left. Now he'll try to find the end zone, diving for the goal line. Touchdown, Waynoka. Olson goes in from 4 yards out.
Good score here. Good possession.
So for Cason Olson, his first rushing touchdown of the night, his 20th rushing touchdown of the season. Make it 44-20. I've seen stranger things. This game is not over. If Waynoka gets a couple of stops and can score.
Well, remember the last time we were here, the Covington Timberlake game. Timberlake got up 3 scores, and Covington had a chance to win that game late.
54-48 was the final that night. That was on 0 week. 2-point conversion run. Olson is in for 2 to make it 44-22. 2:18 to play, 3rd quarter. We'll take a break. It's the game of the week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
Is your doctor happy? Does he or she love what they do? At Reliant Direct Primary Care, Dr. Jonathan Bushman loves taking care of his patients in the most accessible, most affordable way. With membership starting at $25 per month, it's time for you, your family, and your business to elevate your health. Visit us at www.reliantdpc.com today and discover the direct primary care difference. Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales in Mino has what you need to keep your business rolling, whether over the road or on the farm. Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales has a current selection of highway and farm trucks to get the job done for you. From sleepers, day cabs, and grain trucks to dump trucks and more. Give Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales a call at 580-776-2245. Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales in Mino.
.218 to play in the 3rd quarter. The touchdown for Waynoka. 9 plays, 59 yards in 3 minutes and 55 seconds as Cason Olson, the quarterback, scores from 4 yards out and adds the 2-point conversion run. So late 3rd quarter, 44-22. Our score. We were just talking about the Pond Creek Hunter Panthers, and Randy Shapansky sitting in that press box all season long, that nice press box, and running the clock. He has no clock to run tonight, so he's watching us.
Nice.
We appreciate that very much. Great people in Pond Creek.
Oh, the best.
And the kick will take a high bounce out of bounds, and Timberlake will take over.
Now, I believe his son played center and
Yes,
nose
he
guard
did.
for Pond Creek there for
Just graduated from
Northwestern. Yeah.
Yep.
Saw him.
He was a yell
many-
leader. He
Yeah.
was a yell leader.
Yeah, saw him many a time, many a games there at
Great kid.
Northwestern. Yeah. Great kid. Great family.
45-yard line is where this drive will start for Timberlake. Boy, you sure feel for Jace Dunn, who broke his collarbone last week in the Maysville game, put up great numbers, the sophomore this season for Waynoka, and sitting over there on the sidelines is Merrick Judd. Catches his third ball of the night, actually his fourth catch of the night, down to the 43-yard line.
And injuries always are a vital part to a run in the playoffs, but man, an 8-man, it can just be devastating if you lose one or two kids here and there.
Remember Derek Holcomb in the Pond Creek Hunter Panthers, quarterback for Pond Creek Hunter State Championship game, and he got hurt early on.
Yep.
They would have won that game. J.J. Pippin. Look at the move by J.J.
Oh.
Down inside the 15-yard line to the 13. This kid is a stud.
He is. He's this year an 8-man of about any class or any game we've seen. He's probably one of the most dynamic players, especially just when he gets into the open field. He's just so tough to bring down.
22 carries, 185 yards rushing after he had 3 bills against Medford earlier this year.
He likes being on Squirtle, I think.
I think he does. Likes to go back and watch it, I'm sure. There's Sands. Sands is pushed back just outside the 10-yard line. Leading the way is Joseph Morrill. He's 6'2", 320, and I would not want to be under him. They've got some great size. You talk about Cooper Rich at defensive end. The freshman is a big kid.
Wyatt Atwood's a big kid, too.
Yeah, Wyatt Atwood as well, 6'2", 215. Gain of 1 on the carry that time, down to the 12. Genlink this time, hands off to Sands, and Sands is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
There's Wyatt.
Back at the 18, Wyatt Atwood.
Ask and ye shall receive. Just mention his name, Tom.
The loss of 6.
A couple of area games that just went final in 8-man. Congratulations to Pioneer. Pioneer, a school that just joined our network, by the way, so you'll have them during basketball season.
How about Gus Overstreet and the Pioneer Mustangs? Genlink to the end zone. One-on-one down there. Merrick Judd.
Great coverage.
Pass is incomplete. It really was good coverage that time. Merrick Judd has been having his way with Tegan Allison.
And then, unfortunately, Covington Douglas goes down to Dewar 54-6. So that'll give you an idea of how good Dewar is.
Yeah.
We saw Covington Douglas. We've seen them a couple times. They're a very talented team, but I have heard rumors about Dewar, how good and talented that team is. They might be the class.
There were 2 penalties. They threw a flag for pass interference and also holding, so they'll just replay the down like it never happened.
I can't tell in high school. Do they throw the flag on pass interference if you don't make a play on the ball?
I think he was face guarding.
Okay.
I didn't see the flag, but I was kind of wondering where it was. I obviously missed it. So it's 3rd down and 15.
You know, I don't know if I like that call. It's already tough enough to defend a receiver on a long ball.
So Genlink off the hands of Tegan Allison, almost intercepted. Tegan had an interception back in the first half. That'll be 4th down and 15 now.
That was one time the kind of gunslinger mentality from Genlink almost came back to bite him when he was throwing off of his back foot.
Timberlake trying to win the state championship for the first time since 2009. They won the Class C title. They've had the target on their back all season long, ranked number 1 from day 1. 4th down and 15. Genlink. He steps under the tackle, tries to find some running room, and he will get back to the line of scrimmage. That's just about it, as he ducked up and under Cooper Rich. He'll get back to the 18-yard line, so no gain, and Waynoka will take over.
Well, I think we had some from some of our perennial power schools in our area had some good halftime speeches because Laverne is all over Waurika now, 50-16. And I know in Class A there was a tight one we had with Hooker and Casham, and now that game is 40-14.
Wow.
And just like that, that game got out of hand too as well.
You guys said Coach Shack probably peeled the paint off the walls at halftime.
I know Bryce has had. We were mentioning that our producer of this game's had
Glad
that
he's
speech
here.
a few times.
Glad he's here. Cross-field pass is incomplete as Olsen trying to hook up with Robert Perot, incomplete. Be one more play here in the 3rd quarter. 2 seconds remain.
We got some really good games coming down to the wire in Class A. Waynoka and Morrison are tied late in the fourth. And this was a game you and I talked about earlier on. Ringling 15, Texoma 7 in the fourth quarter as well.
Ringling state champions a year ago. Knocked off Casher in that championship game. I won't bring that up too much.
I don't know if Bryce is very happy about that one.
Second down and 10. Back to throw is Olson. Now he wants to run. Running room, 25 to the 30 and out to the 33. That'll be a first down. He'll gain 15.
Buffalo scores again, Tom. 50-14, Buffalo leads.
Final play of the third quarter, 44-22. Stick four fingers up in the air. Final 12 minutes coming up. It's the game of the week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
You want commitment from your bank, you want excellent service, and you want loyalty. Bank Central National Association strives every day to give you the banking experience you really want and enjoy. Their friendly staff is here to serve you and provide you with the best service around. Call them today at 580-234-3316 or visit them in Enid, Alva, Woodward, Anthony, Kansas, or Harper, Kansas. Thank you for choosing Bank Central National Association. Member FDIC.
For generations, the FFA has been helping our children through agriculture to grow into responsible adults. We believe in and we support the work being done by our local FFA chapters and all they do to create an enriching experience for our youth. For all you do, you have our thanks. Farm Credit of Enid. Together, we grow.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
We go to the fourth quarter. Timberlake has doubled up Waynoka 44-22. And Waynoka has the football, looking at first down and 10 after the nice run by Case and Olson.
Crazier things have happened, Tom.
No
we
doubt.
talked about it earlier on. All you can ask for, Waynoka gets a stop and's got it back.
Too wide to the right side. One back flanking Olson. Olson rolling to the right, wants to throw back to the left. The pass is nearly intercepted by Jaden Atkinson. It was intended for Big Cooper Rich. And the thing is, Tegan Allison was in the area as well, which brought over Merrick Judd. So you had a lot of black uniforms in coverage.
And give Allison credit. He actually defended that well.
Yeah.
Moved over to the defensive side and kind of knocked that ball down.
So it's second down and 10. Nothing like high school football on Black Friday.
It's a little bit different out there nowadays, too, so it's always nice to be able to tune in and give people some normalcy.
A little bit of normalcy. And I have to say, the high school football season in Oklahoma.
Nice catch.
It is a nice catch. Reeled in by Tegan Allison. On the coverage was Merrick Judd out of the 41-yard line, a gain of 8. There have been games that haven't been played, but the fact that we are in week 3 of the playoffs and we're still playing football, that is a huge deal. And you got to give some props to the OSSAA and the coaches and the players and the principals and the superintendents.
Yeah, no doubt. We was talking to Superintendent Cale Pierce from Timberlake before and just talking about all the different things they've had to maneuver through and figure out. It's a tough situation for everybody involved.
Quarterback sneak, and Olson will get near the first down. I think he got it. Nice crowd here tonight. Of course, there are fans from all over Northwest Oklahoma here because you got pretty much every football fan in Alfalfa County and, of course, Woods County where Waynoka is.
You bet. I think Bryce was letting us know we've had a little over 5,000 unique viewers. It's pretty impressive for a small school game.
Out of the 43-yard line after the 2-yard gain.
Of course, if I was from Waynoka, I'd probably stayed home and ate at Bonhoff before I came.
I bet they probably get used to it over there.
That's true.
That was a broken play,
yeah.
and give Olson some credit as he just realized it was a mess and just pushed up the field and gains about 10 out of the 47-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Speaking of Bonhoeffer, we got to give our advertisers a shout out because without them, we can't. They are just so crucial. We talk about it all the time. I mean, they are the main reason why we're able to do these games and cover these games and have them available to everybody
exactly
out there.
Right. I appreciate everybody who jumps on board with us when I call and you call. We all call.
Mm-hmm.
We like doing games. We can't do it for free. So
no doubt. And we have some fantastic advertisers that are always there for us.
First down and 10 down the near sideline. That pass was almost intercepted. On the coverage was Cade Severin. He got out there, did a pretty good job. Linebacker coming out on coverage. Well, a pretty tough guy to corral, and Robert Perot.
Wow, Cashin scored again.
Won that game 14 all at the half or something like that?
20 to 14 and a half.
14
Yeah, they scored 27 in the third quarter. Morrison scores late. 32-24, Morrison leads Waynoka. And Ringling just scored again, 23-7 over Texas.
Second down and 10. Olson, quarterback draw to the 40-yard line, to the 38, and pushed back right there by Cade Severin again. He'll pick up 9 to bring up third down and 1.
Well, we have a final in the matchup of this game. Buffalo 45, Sasakwa 60-14.
So Buffalo waits to see who they will play, looking like Timberlake right now.
And then in the other game, we're going to have Tyrone. Well, Tyrone took a 2-score lead here late in the third, and Mountain View was all over Medford, but we haven't gotten an updated score. We need to get some more users down in that area, I guess.
Timberlake can win this ball game. They'll get as far as they got last year. They lost to Pond Creek Hunter in the state semifinals up at Alva. Carry that time by Robert Perot.
Which we talked about. We talked about injuries, and you remember that game last year, Tom. That game changed on the dot whenever Genlink went out of that game.
Yep.
I mean, Timberlake had momentum in that game. I mean, I really felt like that game could have gone either way, just the way Timberlake started that game. And man, once he got hurt, it was just it was a snowball effect after that.
That Timberlake squad of a year ago really set the tone. They come in this year ranked number 1. They had a lot of confidence. And they've kept it rolling along, averaging 60 points a game, giving up 10 a contest. Penalty on the play, long pass is incomplete at the goal line, but there's penalties on each end, bookending this one. There's a hold back at the line of scrimmage, then pass interference, so we're basically just going to do it again, just like we did a few moments ago.
Boy, Olson has a good arm. He kind of was able to showcase that there on the run.
You look at this Waynoka squad, if they can't put together a comeback, they're going to have 4 seniors who will move on, including Case and Olson. Rowdy Baziden, who got hurt earlier this season, did not play tonight. Peyton Delano and Joseph Morrell.
And what a great group of seniors this is for Waynoka. Obviously they had a fantastic season last year, and, you call this a success too. We still got some time here on the clock, but, man, cheers to them.
Yeah. Back-to-back double-digit win seasons. There's a pass. Is it complete? He is. The stick. Tegan Allison makes his second catch.
Good catch.
Marked at the 26-yard line, a gain of 10, just enough for the first down.
Hey, somebody must have heard me out there because we got an update on the Mountain View Medford game. It's now 62-20.
So not quite over yet. 42-point lead.
And Midway just scored, so 48-40 in that one.
Here comes the 11th play of this drive that started back at the 18-yard line late in the third quarter. Olson, screen pass, set near side, caught by Drake Brady. Brady picks his way inside the 20-yard line down to the 17, tackled by Cade Severin. We've called his name a lot here in the second half. And a gain on that of about 9. Should bring up second down and 1.
Boy, we got some good games going on in Class 2A right now. OCS leads CCS 19-13 late in the fourth. Marlowe over Chandler 31-21. And look at this score here in the fourth quarter. Jones and Washington, 2 powerhouse teams, have a lot of success. 22-20 late in the fourth quarter.
Penalty against Timberlake. I did not see the indication. And it will be first down and goal at the 8-yard line.
A couple other scores. Tuttle now takes the lead over Wagner. We had Tuttle earlier on this year against Hera, 14-7. That's a 3 versus 1 matchup. Blanchard over Bristow, 21-11. Here, this would be kind of an upset. Clinton, the Red Tornadoes, up 17-10 over Poto. Be nice to see Clinton back in the mix. We saw that last year with Weatherford. And Cushing, who beat Weatherford last week, is now also looks to upset Hilldale. It's 34-14.
First down and goal. The pass incomplete, intended for Tegan Allison at the near right pylon to bring up second down and 10. It will be semifinal weekend next weekend in Class C, but still Class B. They've still got it'll be quarterfinal weekend. Like I said, we're going to be playing football till the weekend before Christmas this year.
So we'll have B and A, right? Still in quarterfinals and
Yep.
2A? Is it 2A also? Let me see.
One of the bigger classes, yeah.
Yeah. So 2A as well.
Second and goal. Handed off to Drake Brady, and Brady is tackled after not much of a gain at all. Severin is in there also. Let's give credit to Cade Redding, defensive end. Say no gain.
Waynoka here, it's another good drive for them, but you obviously ultimately need to score, but you'd like a little bit of a quicker score. This has taken a little while to get in the end zone.
Yeah, this drive started with 9 seconds to play in the third quarter. We're at the 7:50 mark and the clock rolling here in the fourth. Good drive, but not a drive you want to have when you're trailing 44-22. Going to fake the give and hand and throw to the end zone touchdown as Olson is able to find Tegan Allison. So the 9-yard touchdown reception from Kason Olson to Tegan Allison.
It's impressive by Waynoka. Waynoka obviously here in this quarter have been the more impressive team.
They'll go for 2.
Just seemed like we had that kind of lull there in the second quarter and then obviously early in the third quarter where Waynoka just struggled offensively. And we all know what Timberlake's going to bring to the table, but really that was crucial for Waynoka, I think, in this game.
They get the 2-point conversion. It's a 14-point game. It's actually a 2-possession game right now with 2 2-point conversions.
Got
Wilson
it.
left
Nice
side wide
play.
open. There's your tight end, Cooper Rich, for the 2-point conversion. 7:34 to play in the ball game. Score is now 44-30. We'll take a break. It's the game of the week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
Alfalfa Electric Cooperative in Cherokee, Oklahoma is proud to be member-owned. We have been providing affordable and dependable service to communities in Oklahoma and Kansas since 1937. Ask about our Smart Hub app where you can pay your bills, report outages, and check usage. At Alfalfa Electric Cooperative, we strive every day to be the best we can be, and we encourage all our local athletes to do the same. Go Chiefs!
On the football field, it's important to be able to count on your teammates. Looking for a teammate you can bank on? You found one at the Bank of Kremlin. They'll offer you a wide variety of services, including loans, CDs, and always great customer service. They are the team that offers more at the Kremlin, North Enid, Gultry, and Drummond branches, and at 430 South Oakwood. The Bank of Kremlin, banking with people you know. Member FDIC.
Waynoka goes 82 yards on 13 plays. It took 4 minutes and 35 seconds, and it was Kason Olson, the 9-yard touchdown pass to Tegan Allison. Allison's third catch of the night. For Olson, his third touchdown pass of the night. 2-point conversion was Olson to Cooper Rich to make it 44-30 with 7.5 minutes to play in the ball game. If they could figure out a way to convert an onside kick or get a turnover, this could get interesting.
Maybe it'll be me this time, Tom. Remember, it was you last time in the Covington game that kind of called it too quick for one of the other teams. So, get that bounce. Oh, they got it. Just good job by Genlink there.
Right into the hands of Ethan Genlink. Get your hands team out there, and Timberlake will take over first down and 10, and they will start this drive at the 44-yard line.
Man, that ball really unluckily for Waynoka kind of bounced through Atkinson's legs. Otherwise, if that could have hit him on the chest plate or shoulder pads, we could have seen a scrum for a loose ball.
Well, and now Brian Severin would love to see a drive like Waynoka just put together. Long time consuming, run this clock out. As Timberlake will try to pick up their 11th win of the season. J.J. Pippen, left side, explodes. Now back to the near side, gone.
Unfortunately, it's going to be a hold, Tom.
Yep, 2 penalty flags back at the line of scrimmage.
You called that one quick, though. We know with him. I mean, if he gets 2 or 3 steps on somebody, he's gone.
He traversed not only the length of the field, but the breadth of the field as well.
Yeah,
as
he did.
Swept to the left and came all the way back and scored by the right pylon. But they'll bring it back.
While they're sorting this flag out, Tyrone has scored again. So 54-40 now in that one. Look like it's going to be Tyrone and Mountain View Godibo.
Mountain View Godibo. That's one place I haven't been.
Beautiful southwest Oklahoma.
Yeah. So 1st and 20 after the penalty. Merrick Judd at the 40-yard line. Across the 45 to the 49 as he just keeps moving the pile forward. As he's tackled by Wyatt Atwood.
Judd and Pippen are just, as far as, obviously Timberlake has a lot of really good players, but, man, they are tough to defend against an 8-man. Just, you can put them at defensive end or, tight end. You can put them in the backfield and hand it to them. You can split them out wide as a wide receiver. Just both of them are tough to deal with.
Well, 1st and 20. 1st and 18 turns into 2nd and 5. High formation. Tight set, handed off to Pippen.
Ball start.
Yep, somebody moved 5 yards back as Timberlake goes backwards.
Kind of sloppy here for Timberlake.
Well, Waynoka scored the last 2 touchdowns in this ball game. It was 44-14. Now it's 44-30. Waynoka could have scored in that opening drive of the 3rd quarter when they went for it on 4th down. So after the penalty, it is 2nd down and 10.
Some Class A finals, just real quick. Thomas's advances over Thomas, 44-8.
J.J. Pippen again. Stays on his feet to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Are you kidding me? J.J. Pippen to the house. 56 yards. He's up over 200 yards rushing. Well over 200 yards rushing, up near 250.
We might need to get him in the booth after the game, Tom. I stopped the score update. I saw him bust loose.
56-yard run for J.J. That'll make it 50-30. They'll go for 2, 6:26 to play in the ball game. Jen Link tried to find Judd, incomplete. We'll take a break. 6:26 to play in the ball game, 50-30. Tigers on top of the Rotors. We're back after this. It's the game of the week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
On the football field, it's important to be able to count on your teammates. Looking for a teammate you can bank on? You found one at the Bank of Kremlin. They'll offer you a wide variety of services, including loans, CDs, and always great customer service. They are the team that offers more at the Kremlin, North Enid, Goltry, and Drummond branches, and at 430 South Oakwood. The Bank of Kremlin, banking with people you know. Member FDIC.
Bellamy & Company is proud to serve the rural communities throughout northern Oklahoma and southern Kansas. We want to thank the many loyal customers and the new ones we're meeting as we continue to grow. At Bellamy & Company, we focus on the agricultural sector to provide crop, farm, and commercial insurance, along with valuation, marketing, and auction services of land and equipment. Licensed in Oklahoma and Kansas, we are ready to serve you. Give us a call at 580-596-3838 or visit us online at callbellamy.com.
Northwest Oklahoma is Croft Country, and there's no better way to get around it than a vehicle from Croft Chevrolet Buick GMC at 401 East Oklahoma in Alva. They've got the best trucks on the road or in the field. The Chevy Silverados and GMC Sierras. Customize yours with a hay bed, and it becomes the ultimate farmer's office. The 2020s are here, which means you'll find great deals as they move out the 2019 model, not to mention a great selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. Go to CroftChevrolet.com and find your next vehicle. It's always better in the country. Croft Country Chevrolet Buick GMC.
J.J. Pippen, the 56-yard touchdown run. He's now got 24 carries for 243 rushing yards tonight. And the lead now 20 again, 50-30. With 6:24 to play in the ball game, and Waynoka will take over just across midfield to the Timberlake 49-yard line.
So what do you got on Pippen now,
Got
yardage-wise?
24 for 243.
Man.
4 rushing touchdowns. I want to check and see here. I want to see what he did in the Covington-Douglas game just to see how much he likes Squirtle. There's a carry, nice carry by Case and Olson down inside the 40-yard line of the 38.
I've been impressed with Olson tonight. He's shown a lot of character and a lot of courage in this game. He's kept in it as a senior and really battled in this second half.
There's a timeout. We'll take a break with them. 6:15 to play in the ball game. 50-30 Timberlake. It's the game of the week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
Northwest Oklahoma is Croft Country, and there's no better way to get around it than a vehicle from Croft Chevrolet Buick GMC at 401 East Oklahoma in Alva. They've got the best trucks on the road or in the field. The Chevy Silverados and GMC Sierras. Customize yours with a hay bed, and it becomes the ultimate farmer's office. The 2020s are here, which means you'll find great deals as they move out the 2019 model, not to mention a great selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. Go to CroftChevrolet.com and find your next vehicle. It's always better in the country. Croft Country Chevrolet Buick GMC. Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Screen pass is set up to the right side, caught by Drake Brady. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. I don't think he's going to lose one.
I like the play call there by Coach Allen. Just what he had one tackler to beat, so give Timberlake credit there on the little shoestring, but man, I like that play.
All right, J.J. Pippen on Squirtle this year. Against Covington-Douglas, 28 carries for 156 yards and 2 touchdowns. Against Medford, 25 for 316 and 6 touchdowns. And tonight, I've got him for 24 for 243 and 4 rushing touchdowns.
What did the ball coach call him?
J.J. Superman. Carried by Drake Brady. And he'll gain a yard back to the original line of scrimmage. Yeah, say hi to Coach Turney. Couldn't make it down here tonight, but he's watching us. Got us on the big screen.
Yes, sir. Probably enjoying some leftovers from that ham and turkey that we had yesterday.
I would have loved to have had some leftovers, but my dog got my turkey.
Oh, my God.
After we had lunch yesterday, the turkey was in the counter cooling, and all of a sudden I hear this huge crash from the kitchen and a dog running across the living room.
Was it like Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
That's exactly right. 3rd down and 10. Now everybody knows about it going deep. Oh, I tell you what, Allison almost stepped right in front of Judd. I thought that Merrick was going to get the pick. And Allison stepped right in front of it and almost made the catch. It's incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down and 10. But, yeah, had all those leftovers and no turkey to eat with it. So I went to the store and got some prime rib today.
Yeah, Coach Turney, he's always helping Squirtle out. He just brought up a good point. The way the games are kind of going, he said he could still see a doubleheader at Northwestern next week just by logistics.
Yeah. 4th down and 10. Pull some pump fakes now on the post pattern. It goes to Allison again, incomplete. Good throw. He shows that good arm, but that'll turn the ball over to Timberlake with 4:19 to play in the ball game.
I agree about Olsen. I've been really impressed with him, especially in the second half. He's got a good arm. He's made some great plays.
Well, it's going to be interesting because I was talking to Cale Pierce before the ball game and asked him about, where we might be at next week, and he said that there are some things up in the air, that it's not business as usual when it comes to scheduling games next week. So we will see. Sands up the middle across the 40-yard line to the 43 before he's taken down by Wyatt Atwood.
Sheesh, if it's any indication so far, that Tyrone Mountain View game might be the first, looks like a basketball score could be next week. We got Tyrone's put up 54 and Mountain View's put up 70.
You score 54 and you're still down by 2 touchdowns. 2nd down and 5 after the 5-yard gain by Carter Sands.
See if we can get Pippin some more rushing yards.
You get him to 300. He's got 243. There's Sands again. They're going to work him out to the 45-yard line. They'll mark him out at the 46, gaining 3 more.
That's 42 Wyatt Atwood again, wasn't it? He's
Yes,
had a heck of a game as a sophomore.
Really has, yep.
Actually, that was Mitchell Solomon, and he's a freshman.
He's the freshman
Impressive.
fullback, yep, or linebacker. 3rd down and 2. High formation. Pippin right up the middle. We'll get the 1st down to the 49, picking up 3. Clock will continue to roll if they set the chains. And we will tick down to 3 minutes to play.
Congratulations to Morrison. Victory over Waynoka, 32-24. Morrison, also a school, Tom, that just recently joined the Squirtle family, so congrats to them. I know there's another score of interest, especially to the guys helping produce. Cashin scores again. It's 54-14 now.
J.J. Pippin bounces left.
There he goes.
And he'll gain about 9 or so down to the 42.
These last few runs have hurt his yards per carry.
Kind of has. Brought it down a little bit. That's his 26th carry of the ball game. He's got 255 yards.
Need to give a shout out to Todd Miller. He might not be listening, but Todd always helps us do some games. And I know we may kind of join crews probably and try to do some type of a combined deal, maybe some sideline. I know, Tom, you enjoy doing that too, but
yeah,
we're gonna be kind of slim pickings on some games here in the future. So
got some basketball coming up
we
as
do.
well.
Garber tournament. We're going to do the week capital.
Pass for Judd incomplete.
That Garber tournament's going to be here before we know it too. To make sure everybody out there covers us or follows us, not only also in football but also basketball. And a lot of our area schools have already started playing basketball.
Well, we were supposed to do the Lomega Okarche doubleheader a couple of weeks ago, and he got COVIDed out. Yep. That's become my new term, COVIDed out.
COVID is everything. It's an article, it's a noun, it's a verb, it's whatever you want it to be.
It's a dirty word.
Yeah, it's dirty for sure.
3rd and 1. Pippin ran into a wall, but he pulls the pile forward for a 1st down to the 40.
This might be, I'm guessing, maybe a couple more handoffs, and this will be all she wrote.
As we tick under 2 minutes to play.
So we're thinking probably more than likely Alva. We're going to call that. How about that? We got a close relationship with Coach Glover. So we're going to say that we're going to put ourselves in his head, and we're going to say Northwestern. but we're probably going to be wrong. But, hey, look at this. Midway just scored. So now it's 54-46. Tyrone leads Midway.
One possession game. J.J. Pippin.
Why not?
Down to the 33-yard line, tackled by Wyatt Atwood. We'll mark him at the 34, gaining 6.
Let's jump over here to 2A real quick. Some of those tight scores we had earlier on. Washington now leads Jones 26-22. Looks like Marlowe is up 31-21 over Chandler.
We'll tick down to a minute to play. Timberlake, after a 3-week hiatus before their playoff run starts, did not miss a beat tonight. And for Waynoka, their season will come to an end. J.J. Pippin back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
They still didn't bring him down. There he is, too, again. Just we keep mentioning Waynoka, but there's Cooper Rich, a freshman.
Good ball game.
Man, he has played a heck of a game. And we've announced a lot of these freshmen and underclassmen kids that Coach Tanner's got a bright future ahead of him. And I think he knows that. And then the other kid that was injured, I believe, is a sophomore, too, as well, right, Tom?
That's exactly right. Jace Dunn, who broke his collarbone last week in the Maysville game. He is going to be a skill position guy they're really going to need next year because they're really losing a quarterback, Case and Olson. Drake Brady will come back. Robert Perot will be back.
Looks like they got number 12. Looks like Cameron Newton over there. And I'm not saying he's the backup quarterback. He just kind of looks like a quarterback. You see him across the way.
Jen Link will take it to a knee, and that'll do it. Timberlake moving on to the state semifinals for the second year in a row as they take out Waynoka. Your final score is 50-30. Timberlake now 11-0. Waynoka's season comes to an end at 10-2. Our post game begins after this. You're watching the Game of the Week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
Planning an auction? Look no further than JKJ Real Estate and Auction Company to sell your real estate, farm machinery, vehicles, and equipment. Contact Keith James in Enid, Lon Sturgeon in Mino, Doug Walker in Crescent, Chad Rebb in Helena, or LD Rapp in Waukeeta. Let their hard-working and experienced staff conduct a successful auction for you. Since 1968, JKJ Auction and Real Estate has been helping you say, sold, at 1301 East Willow in Enid, 580-233-9800. and jkjauction.com.
Protect your network with the most advanced security features available. With Can Okla's Managed Network Service, you can experience worry-free, managed Wi-Fi with automatic security updates and protection for all devices on your network. Be the hero by preventing viruses, blocking malicious websites, and receive alerts when suspicious activity occurs. Pair this with Can Okla's high-speed internet for the ultimate internet experience. Call 800-CAN-OKLA today.
Can Oakland Networks is an equal opportunity provider, employer, and lender.
Is your doctor happy? Does he or she love what they do? At Reliant Direct Primary Care, Dr. Jonathan Bushman loves taking care of his patients in the most accessible, most affordable way. With membership starting at $25 per month, it's time for you, your family, and your business to elevate your health. Visit us at www.reliantdpc.com today and discover the direct primary care difference. Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales in Mino has what you need to keep your business rolling, whether over the road or on the farm. Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales has a current selection of highway and farm trucks to get the job done for you. From sleepers, day cabs, and grain trucks to dump trucks and more. Give Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales a call at 580-776-2245. Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales in Mino.
You want commitment from your bank. You want excellent service, and you want loyalty. Bank Central National Association strives every day to give you the banking experience you really want and enjoy. Their friendly staff is here to serve you and provide you with the best service around. Call them today at 580-234-3316 or visit them in Enid, Alva, Woodward, Anthony, Kansas, or Harper, Kansas. Thank you for choosing Bank Central National Association. Member FDIC.
For generations, the FFA has been helping our children through agriculture to grow into responsible adults. We believe in and we support the work being done by our local FFA chapters and all they do to create an enriching experience for our youth. For all you do, you have our thanks. Farm Credit of Enid. Together, we grow.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Alfalfa Electric Cooperative in Cherokee, Oklahoma is proud to be member-owned. We have been providing affordable and dependable service to communities in Oklahoma and Kansas since 1937. Ask about our Smart Hub app where you can pay your bills, report outages, and check usage. At Alfalfa Electric Cooperative, we strive every day to be the best we can be, and we encourage all our local athletes to do the same. Go Chiefs!
On the football field, it's important to be able to count on your teammates. Looking for a teammate you can bank on? You found one at the Bank of Kremlin. They'll offer you a wide variety of services, including loans, CDs, and always great customer service. They are the team that offers more at the Kremlin, North Enid, Gultry, and Drummond branches, and at 430 South Oakwood. The Bank of Kremlin, banking with people you know. Member FDIC.
Bellamy & Company is proud to serve the rural communities throughout northern Oklahoma and southern Kansas. We want to thank the many loyal customers and the new ones we're meeting as we continue to grow. At Bellamy & Company, we focus on the agricultural sector to provide crop, farm, and commercial insurance, along with valuation, marketing, and auction services of land and equipment. Licensed in Oklahoma and Kansas, we are ready to serve you. Give us a call at 580-596-3838 or visit us online at callbellamy.com.
Northwest Oklahoma is Croft Country, and there's no better way to get around it than a vehicle from Croft Chevrolet Buick GMC at 401 East Oklahoma in Alva. They've got the best trucks on the road or in the field. The Chevy Silverados and GMC Sierras. Customize yours with a hay bed, and it becomes the ultimate farmer's office. The 2020s are here, which means you'll find great deals as they move out the 2019 model, not to mention a great selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. Go to CroftChevrolet.com and find your next vehicle. It's always better in the country. Croft Country Chevrolet Buick GMC. Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Planning an auction? Look no further than JKJ Real Estate and Auction Company to sell your real estate, farm machinery, vehicles, and equipment. Contact Keith James in Enid, Lon Sturgeon in Mino, Doug Walker in Crescent, Chad Rebb in Helena, or LD Rapp in Waukeeta. Let their hard-working and experienced staff conduct a successful auction for you. Since 1968, JKJ Auction and Real Estate has been helping you say, sold, at 1301 East Willow in Enid, 580-233-9800, and jkjauction.com.
Back with you in Helena, Brian Severin Stadium and Ray Trout Field as the Timberlake Tigers move on to the state semifinals as they knock off Waynoka 50-30. Go back and recap the scoring. J.J. Pippen got it going with a 1-yard run with 10:53 to play in the first quarter. Ethan Jendling's 2-point conversion made it 8-0 early in the first quarter, but Waynoka had an answer as Kason Olson found Cooper Rich 10-yard touchdown pass. The 2-point conversion run made it 8-8 with 6:39 to play in the first quarter. Timberlake with an answer grabbed the lead on an Ethan Jendling 1-yard touchdown run. J.J. Pippen with the 2-point conversion to make it 16-8 with 1:01 to play in the first quarter. But to Waynoka with the answer as they marched down 4 plays, 55 yards in almost 2 minutes. And Kason Olson with the 8-yard touchdown pass, a second touchdown pass to the freshman tight end Cooper Rich. The two-point conversion run no good, and Timberlake led 16-14. Timberlake scores in a 4-yard touchdown run by J.J. Pippin with 7:42 to play in the first half. Two-point conversion run no good, caps an 8-play 51-yard drive in 3 minutes and 19 seconds to make it 22-14 Tigers. And after a Waynoka punt, Timberlake scored again, 4 plays, 74 yards, and 151 as Ethan Genlink, the 24-yard touchdown pass to Dalton Lear. They made it 30-14. Timberlake one more touchdown before the end of the first half, a 37-yard hookup from Genlink to Merrick Judd. Two-point conversion pass incomplete, 36-14 the score. And it was a 5-play, 50-yard drive in 1:17, and that was the score at halftime. Timberlake by 22, 36-14. Timberlake stretched their lead out early third quarter. J.J. Pippin, the 2-yard run with 6 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the third. The two-point conversion pass from Genlink to Judd made it 44-14. Waynoka would score the next 2 touchdowns as Kason Olsen scored from 4 yards out, got the two-point conversion to make it 44-22, and then a 9-yard touchdown pass from Kason Olsen to Tegan Allison. Two-point conversion pass from Olsen to Cooper Rich made it 44-30, and then Timberlake with the capper, 56-yard touchdown run by J.J. Pippin made it 50-30 with 6:26 to play in the ball game. And that is your final score. Numbers in the ball game, first of all, for Waynoka, 38 rushes for 210 yards. The Robert Perot had 13 carries for 125. Kason Olsen, the quarterback, 21 for 88. Through the air, Kason Olsen was 11 of 19 for 90 yards. He threw the 3 touchdown passes, 2 to Cooper Rich of 10 and 8 yards, and 1 to Tegan Allison of 9 yards. 57 offensive plays for exactly 300 total yards for the Railroaders tonight. For Timberlake, 46 rushes for 316 yards, leading the way. J.J. Pippin, 29 carries for 263 yards and 4 rushing touchdowns. He scored from 1, 4, 2, and 56 yards out. Carter Sands at 8 carries for 27. Merrick Judd, 3 carries for 10. Ethan Genlink, 6 carries for 16. Through the air, Genlink 9 of 14 for 160 yards, 2 touchdowns, the 1 interception, that pick by Tegan Allison. And so 60 offensive plays and 476 total yards for the Timberlake Tigers. Now 11-0 on the season. They'll move on to the state semis, and Waynoka will fall to 10-2. We'll take a quick break, come back with our post-game interviews. We're going to talk to Brian Severin and also J.J. Pippin. Stay with us. It's the Game of the Week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance. Okay.
Protect your network with the most advanced security features available. With CanOkla's Managed Network Service, you can experience worry-free, managed Wi-Fi with automatic security updates and protection for all devices on your network. Be the hero by preventing viruses, blocking malicious websites, and receive alerts when suspicious activity occurs. Pair this with CanOkla's high-speed internet for the ultimate internet experience. Call 800-CAN-OKLA today.
CanOkla Networks is an equal opportunity provider, employer, and lender.
Is your doctor happy? Does he or she love what they do? At Reliant Direct Primary Care, Dr. Jonathan Bushman loves taking care of his patients in the most accessible, most affordable way. With membership starting at $25 per month, it's time for you, your family, and your business to elevate your health. Visit us at www.reliantdpc.com today and discover the direct primary care difference.
Welcome back to the Squirtle Game of the Week post-game show. A win for the Timberlake Tigers tonight as they knock off Waynoka. 50-30 the final score. We're joined by J.J. Pippin. We talked about J.J. all night long tonight. 29 for 263 and 4 rushing touchdowns. We think that you must like performing on Squirtle, because you've pretty much put together a season in the games that we broadcast. The Covington-Douglas game, the Medford game, and now tonight, 735 yards rushing and 12 touchdowns in 3 games. So I bet you're hoping we're back next week.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that. But talk a little bit about the effort tonight. First of all, I want to ask you about the fact that you've not played in 3 weeks and how it was trying to keep the team together and focused on a late start for the playoffs.
It sucked not being able to play for 3 weeks, honestly. We love being out on the field and hitting people. We had practice every day. We've been under quarantine. We've only been able to go to practice and stay at our house. So it's been pretty boring. The highlight of our day is probably going to practice and staying after and lifting as a team, staying together.
So in a way, this can bring the team closer together, all the adversity you've dealt with this year.
Yes, sir.
Tell me a little bit about, coming out after 3 weeks, and you're going to take on a very, very solid team after 3 weeks of inaction. Talk about getting prepared for Waynoka and how you performed tonight.
We've been preparing for them pretty much since the beginning of the season.
You kind of had a feeling.
Yeah, we knew they were pretty good. They beat us last year. We had to come back and beat them this year. We've been practicing all week as hard as we can, getting ready for them. We knew that they were going to be good. We haven't been playing for 3 weeks, so we knew coming out here that it's not going to be easy. No game from now on is going to be easy.
Tell me a little bit about those guys in the offensive line who paved the way for you, because you put up some good numbers, but you can't do it alone.
Yeah, I definitely can't do it alone. Our linemen have stepped up this year. They're really good. They've been grinding. They've been lifting. They're smart. They know what to do. So,
you guys have kind of had the target on your back all season long. You've been number 1 in the state, and so far so good. You've had a couple of games that have tested you a little bit. I'm talking about that week 1 0-week game against Covington-Douglas, and tonight a good test. I would imagine going into you're going to play a very quality team next week in Buffalo. You need these kind of games tonight.
Yes, sir. Coming into this game, we haven't been playing very good teams. So Coach said this is what's going to show us how good we are, really.
Great job tonight. Another 3 Bills next week, maybe?
Yeah.
You'll take it. Thank you so much. We'll go ahead and change the headsets. Enter J.J. Pippin. Great performance tonight. 263 yards rushing, 29 carries, and 4 touchdowns. We'll go ahead and switch the headphones out and get Coach in here. I only know of one other coach who gets to coach in his namesake stadium. That's Bill Snyder. I'm a K-State fan who doesn't coach anymore, but he did for a while. But we talked before the ball game.
I'm not quite that old.
You're still looking darn good.
Sometimes I feel like I'm that old.
Looking darn good. But we talked before the ball game. You worried a little bit about how your team would react after not playing for so long.
Definitely. And you could kind of see a little rustiness. We didn't throw the ball real well tonight. Defensively, we missed some tackles, missed some coverages when we just weren't where we were supposed to be. But we'll get that corrected and hopefully knock some rust off. And we've got to be ready to go next week because Buffalo's really good.
What is the hardest part about having to deal with what you've been dealing with this season?
Well, the hardest thing is, you mentally get them prepared to play, and then about Tuesday, Wednesday, you get that call that's no game, and you get to see those boys deflate something terrible. Then you got to rework, getting them all pumped back up. You got to kind of do the scouting, who you going to play next week. Everything goes out the window in just one day, and you got to kind of start all over. And that's been really hard on them. It's been really hard on us as coaches too, but we kind of knew, the way the year is, we kind of knew that was going to happen. So you just kind of prepare the best you can and go on.
Some of the stuff we're seeing in college football, you would have never thought you'd ever seen. A prime example, Colorado had their game tomorrow canceled because of COVID. They scheduled San Diego State. They're going to play them tomorrow instead. The game got scheduled yesterday.
Yeah.
So you've got teams coming in, flying in, no prep, no nothing.
Yeah.
You hope this is not the new normal. Let's get back to some kind of normalcy.
I'm so ready for that. I mean, I hope that happens, but who knows? I mean, we might be doing this for 2 or 3 more years. I hope not, but we'll see.
Tell me about your team a little bit. We've had a chance to get familiar with them, and we saw you make that run to the state semis a year ago and kind of set the stage for this year. They seem to have reacted very well to every piece of adversity they've had to deal with.
They are a super competitive bunch is probably the word that sums these guys up. And like JJ said, intelligent. They're all very smart. They can kind of figure things out quick. We need to figure things out a little quicker than what we did tonight, but they're a great bunch to coach. They want to win, love winning, love practicing. So it's been a lot of fun to be around them this year.
And it's always fun to play on Thanksgiving, although it's normally a semifinal game. You got a couple more to get to where you want to be this year.
Yeah, definitely.
Might be almost Christmas.
Yeah. Well, it could be the way we keep going. Basketball coaches aren't liking us, but we'll just do what we're going to do. Keep playing.
Coach, we appreciate it, and we're looking forward to seeing what happens next week. That's going to be a tough one. And we don't know, okay, what is the story? Do we know where we're going to be at next week? What have you heard?
We don't know. We're hoping that Northwestern will step up and kind of offer to host. I mean, that's the obvious choice, kind of, between us and Buffalo. So maybe that'll happen, and we could play at Northwestern next week. That'd be great.
Love it. Looking forward to it wherever you play. Just, you're in this, the year of COVID, just roll them out and play them whenever they want to play it.
That's what I told the boys. It might not be who's the best team. It's who can handle the coronavirus the best.
That's who handles the adversity.
Tom, thanks for having me. You guys do a great job.
You betcha. We'll go ahead and put a wrap on this one. Coach Brian Severin, his Timberlake Tigers, a winner tonight. Final score 50-30. They move on to the state semis next Friday somewhere against the Buffalo Bison. Let's put a wrap on it. Great job, guys, tonight. Bryce Miller, Caden LaFortune, our crew. And we can't forget about Ethan Sunken and Corey Rogers remoting in to help us stay on the air as well. And, of course, Adam Dieselhorst doing a great job on color tonight. Don't know where we're going to be next week, but there will be a Squirtle game of the week somewhere. Looking forward to it. Once again, final score tonight from Helena. The Timberlake Tigers roll on as they knock off Waynoka. Final score 50-30. This has been the game of the week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance. Good night, everybody.